na afasida Emma wa ho se wudu TV no ato UTV so o hwe so e Facebook a UTV Ghana obetimi ahwe honom e na ukọ Despite Media so YouTuber ye honom an na de convenience sake to the internet de abanti o te ka mu kra na wutu kwan ko ba bia da se obetimi do phone no o de ahwe live e de adwenche ne o comment o bibia questions o de aba and the three major issues and ye ba behwe akan wasem first and foremost ye behwe vetting aye de sesen asoafo ne empanifo a o mampani a wote akonwa so sesensi nana adodanko okufu ado se obetimi ene wo mo aye adwuma no said the mrati and was so sesen wo mo nti ye behwe vetting committee ni issues aba ebinum comment ni o madwen kire answers o mo de ama even the entire vetting process ye behwe ne aka ho asem ne ahwe say so Ghana for na eto aba esesa ye nyina ye tumi maako kan bo mu e ma ne ye more than 50% me e de ma na ado no Ghana for no ye purpose e na committee no any questions a omu busan survey ana ya amanyosem kwa e na omu ye no committee no so COVID-19 cases say 7,900 plus enipa be 9 miensa averagely about 6 people in a every day because so since I call your fourth a year spike in one nipa be 15 10 9 and we are average now about 6 people in a day. Aban so what the vaccine ba am mo the rollout process any project be aba betuja. You be hwe ni nyina because they are said WHO World Health Organization. One the vaccine say ma Ghana free. Ghana so ne ECOWAS for platform bi mo gini free. Nti you be hwe say cost na aban na no Minister of Health nominee your call parliament anymore can say there's a cost to it no. Eka no efrihi na eba already no eka kra ya bo COVID-19 ho no ye nyanya clarity on eka no obeka ya vetting committee started o madwuma nyina as appointment committee no question back remains unanswered frontier adwuma na o mo jeje o ya mo contract or airport o mo ye covid test no when na the contract no ma o obi about I don't know sir so I don't know near to abama no we'll deal with that COVID-19 issue because Dr. Nsiata will stand by obecheche ni nyina bo sense on there ono ma pani na tie a obetimi ama issues no ni nyina ehu emuaye. Number 3 a Supreme Court election petition a ekoso say de nyina enim say de no ehya ase no adesua me nyina ye sua bi whether it is the law or beyond the law there should be a public policy whether it is the law it was say limited to emran nko a courts no e de ye adwuma ana say courts don't take advantage na confer public policy enka ho kofo bebre aye argument about lawyers say yenya no law no kwa frenchem sanse eduru court anya na nsesem ne yekoto eye law ene yekoka wonye krado so obetwe manso a unko court dey mo nti they have argued say senka public policy ne ye pa ko parliament ko ka public policy ko other institutions ko ka public policy enye court ene yekoka public policy ye be hwe sansem ni nyina no pe meka obiem this way chocolate drink do here any ensuohia no pe say de do bi etu ene apom de adwuma fo kra ka senke be also ya no pa no warm water ensuo ehye o hia na warm water na ne nom be ya odene a this way de ensuohia na eye twa ba ko fa gu ensuohia mu nom man ko de mo say yes u boost immune system na tutuo no kra na ekọ ohuni mu no kra masa virus bi o kra tumi kunu nya hode wi a special ice mineral water no maji medie ba ko guna emo be 9 and 9:30 no na wadwunso ni nyina mana ba betutum se bibia ya toxins oni pedue mo nyakopon de nsuo ma for a reason wanom ni nyina ma ni nyina ba besia no po madam ma ene de critical issues e de bro no ye friend me vim lady Afia Pokua ne production team no led by Prince Obimpe atenase a mo de ncheche mo nyina e bebre ne mpanifo kukudam e be twetwe enkomo ye ne lawyer akosi boaten boama lawyer kese omunya beboa me ate law no public policy whether or not ni mienu or conflict and as a kofa akonye beti ensem na sisanso na Dr. Abdul Jalilu Ateku political science department University of Ghana Legon Dr. so beboa yen ate public policy no vetting no said the SSN kofo ete sen sanso na lawyer kese pa yera Matthew Pebu enso eba yera Martin Pebu so human right lawyer issues e koso especially for Supreme Court no Isn't Martin Pebu human rights lawyer nti wache wo mo be boy am ya tinsem ni nti penifo akese e be boy ne Dr. Brako be kasa from university wo Winneba amono so acheche mu the politics behind the vetting say eye brofo and I say it is ba no pay let me have my take asa na yakọ critical issues no mu encheche mu the issue about say vetting nipa 1997 onipa ba ko Ghana ye de ne kapa asem we me kan ansa na papa na ibewuo JH Mensa me ka say be yanka em building monument bi emfa mo papa ya baso ansa na wawu omo say o waye mre ancha na me te say papa na afuru mu Ghana ye de ne ka some of the people to say Professor Asare money ade a omo cases a omo de akọ court and na shape Ghana constitutional democracy ye de omo ka the key among these people and JH Mensa nipa se wa ben a esefata si esua no one of them JH Mensa 1997 because now President Rawlings betina akonya so 1992 and na come back to democracy so the only President Rawlings address no year 1992 constitution inti ya anvert minister bia because abre no nim MPP for no me minority at the time o man ko parliament o mo say abaton President Rawlings awiem to o mo nko o be kai Professor Dubois control stolen verdict say ya wi abaton you see election petitions so aya Ghana and they say young men and women mo ye commentary a mo ma yen ko sua da chi bi ne ma si yansa ne abane aya petition or court but the election difficulties and I say election abato ho nsem ye se yanyintum ne nye ne o Eshase kra before even 1992 Professor Dubois control a stolen verdict. In 1996 MPP for contested parliamentary elections. Now there was an argument because na President Rawlings ministers in Bebre free 1992-96. About transition after 1996 elections no air court 1997 enti ana JH Mensa dey assembly court said this is an issue obetime invoke article 2 say e was a constitutional interpretation issues was here to me echiremu Ode court na Supreme Court no for the JH Mensa and a lawyer for no argument and say SSA ye vetting ministers because so we a minister e wa bear mu from one term na wo to us and say ya wa ban na po na win elections e separate from the mandate a wo to us no nti ye started say ye vetting committee and the to ma beti ene now the question is that appointment committee na adwuma a mo ye vetting of ministers no so ye kwan a ye trene eye turodo a yebetimi asese se wo ya no wo se fata na ocha vetting committee adwuma omo ye from 1997 ocha paper me papa penipa Professor Jima Buedi ono so nyakopon sha no these are the people CDD for instance adwuma omo ye de aboa Ghana democracy in shaping political discourse and governance issues enye adwuma keto akra na Professor Jima Buedi paper present in 2005 following some of these appointment committee issues na vetting processes no and oka say eto de bia wo hwe vetting process na akwakoye brofo ye nhye da ni checks and balances kro betimi aboa parliament any appointment committee na mo ma ye adwuma said ye se na efata fa asem we say time aye bo ministers ndi say we ni nominees a o man pani so o mbe ye adwuma we ye course na anu ya boso mepe enti boso me no parliament appointment committee members enya bre ni adaje ento omo nye research nhwesa somasi ne background ne sen ehe kra no free braben no wabo so wabo kro no bi a waye bibia na nke asese no am ya reso ya no fata ansa na yede na kwakotena appointment committee ne nti obeduru ho no MP se wo committee ni so ebusa question what check ni pandada enye sa afa na nipa na ba no wabebusa na question like honorable are you aware you already have a document that shows that he is aware and to bebusa say are you aware or say I'm not aware hey Masa, who draw paper we letter we so and so on this date. Dated number so and so. I'm putting it to you that you are aware. Watch no simple. Oko approach any other countries and call for call my appointment committee almost sweat it no mako. What to open and who team free. Let me give credit to Crawford me bo my baso committee num. Obi ti say Suhini, ye nia journalist our court na committee no so. Say Suhini started so obusa question to say bra no, what to no bo ebusa ansa na oba. Okuje to black kwa busa question otum say wato no bo busa na oba enye de scratch my back and scratch your back masa adwuma na mo koye as ministers enya agro na mo kodi o enya agro na mo kodi Samson ahi and I'll come back to Samson ahi because of how akumsi asem no Samson ahi to one obusa question enye brofo the substance of asem a oka nyansan ben ene wom fapem ben ene wom ye de akwa ne se brofo ma me fa nko otiko efisa jaba vetting so Otiko Baye as Minister Designate for Gender and Social Protection. Now, for do baby, omo minority no so cry on the committee. Na kwa say politics inti. What can we a candidate inti? Will you this thing? And one year and then start. Okay, Amma Benuado between 2008 and 2009 Professor Mills Baye. Amma Benuado because 2008, 2007, 2008 Ghana discover oil. Now no bo Amma Benuado akoka say oh wonje ho oye kubangwa. oye kubangwa ye de ne ba appointment committee Afia ama benua do no mu puti that was a political question but a some of policy direction somewhat into to de bia even on the appointment committee no asa amanyosem ene ye Oma minority side ni busa question kra no a eto de bia oh a little politically motivated and not necessarily because ye busa question to shape political and policy direction. Iti na me bosu hini eni okuje to ablakwa honorable minority leader Haruna Idrisu muntaka mubra na muntaka chill no do hye kwana bonta yes meko no hyehye. But you can't take the politics away from it. Politics no so ka ho because this a question on mubusa your friend say otikoja bai obe apologize to President Mama it was a politics kakra wom ama benyu do question otikubanwa politics kakra wom but also has an element of policy in it as well. Ubusa question be again as your friend say another issue that you can talk about obi to say 2009 sa Brenna Chumeti Apia and a war appointment committee so on my assurance say CSS penifo na they will not be assessing them and I am evaluate you based on politics they must prove say they are worth your salt and sane de o ma kwakot now ya no appointment committee adwuma no enya simple matter wo hwe constitutional constitution ma mistake a problem other constitutional lawyers bebre governance people like I say constitution mistake or yeah kakra say yen fa majority of ministers in free parliament and it is a nipa no osefata o onsefata o oye MP ntini na ba ho na oba ho a omo aka na appointment committee ni so fa kra no nominees for ministers and answer nominees for deputy ministers na wa akofa ni nipa na sa o ko busa osuro sa ono so ba obe ni bi nti okwa wo de MPP for no mti appointment committee ni so no omu nuanom nominees ba oh na congratulations Mr. Nominee you have done well Mr. Nominee and now you hey mo ba ba jeje omo so na mba krokro mo busa tough questions ba osuro onim no ko busa obi kra be use against him say na wona obegu mani mate no nti aba be issue. Now let me take you to 2009 Fifi Kwete na ya mam Fifi Kwete position unim say Fifi Kwete kra nya asem no so another political comment Fifi Kwete here on a political campaign platform so 2008 afa Fifi Kwete ba a power 2009 anaposa me say we need a man minister of finance na no ho akwakoche no MPP for on the minority at the time threaten so omo vote ma omo ntoma no nti I didn't even have to be taken to vote. Fifi Kwete nya 117 as again 106 omo tutia no ansa na Fifi Kwete pass it through again a sign of the politics ketenkete ye committee no so afema me ending on this how akumsin and Samsiahi issue masa Ghana no enye brofo ye wo kwa boso kan na okan shi kwhwe mpanifo ete ho no people are talking billions me ma me bi abos okan shi enu 12 o'clock na bank bullion vans in shop anim ni abefa be 2 billion ye de ko these are the people who are holding the economy of this nation. Ghana hano ye ma me no mo ti asaf market kwase adua so do me market aboso kan logboshi these are the people who kuta Ghana economy ni enye brofo after all ye keka brofo from 57 enya independence ehe na Ghana kodru China 41 enye brofo sem look at where China is Malaysia 41 enye brofo sem look at where Malaysia is Korea for ye ni omu nyina na ebo hye ewo independence time no 57 oma kodru he ne ye wa he ya ye brofo ne edi brofo wie sika keke. If you want to argue say how akumsi nya qualified argue on the basis of substance policy the only place ebi ebe 40 obi to say how akumsi is the fact that okay busa question fundamental question what is fish farming when to me and change but again the question is nipa na fe na all ko honum me de obi oba I'm a little biased and I will declare my bias for oba I'll declare a bit of my bias for oba yema nipa no time. I've already spoken about the fact say ye board nominees ni dia anytime on be converting ya na ekwan nim enough for the person to get time obey researcher obey hu baby okono but I agree say we say nipa nya a bit of knowledge of baby a okono ansa na wetimi akotena hono but to be fair Samsiahi mo de brofo tata Samsiahi all this time at the last appointment committee na Samsiahi te so asking fantastic questions bagana for no the social media as if say social media ni edibu man ni ekekan na Samsiahi no ante brofo to the point that even Samsiahi at a point was even intimidated me to me sense this and I say honorable busa question do they know what it takes to come from Bodi to Accra and to be MP do they know brofo one crofo am de brofo akọ Sunday elections o ma lose o Ghana hada nene elections 2000 elections MP sa brofo se mo lose poto wo mo we zero poto brofo allow Samsiahi to ask, hey, since appointment committee started, Samsiahi Busa Minister of Health, question. Honorable member, President Akufo-Addo say obesi 88 hospitals. On see or Kase project number started in 2020. Ewe he. One said they're not Minister of Health, not no to answer that question. And I him for them fast as him, even knowing the government can do compulsory acquisition of land. Fantastic, watch it no. Watch it no. Samsiahi again, sa wakum si asem onu nebe busa question. But here the brofu into headlines. How many times has Samsiahi nya headlines? Into my issue is my and you so brofu and fun and denigrate how wakum si say brofu. Ejuma okoye one fishermen and ekoye. Epo yemfa brofu nka chedam wopo. Ata mese eko mori eko Cape Coast and I better my new tower. Yemfa brofu yemfa nchenam wo pado home. I agree ye the brofu ye policy. Nungwa MP no Krowa MP they no always say aye tu na de asu oba aye brofo akese okanya na no nkom bu no wotechi fishermen nkom bu no wotechi enye brofo if a woman has contested election in an area like Kaswa look at how he is so let's deal with the issue based on policy how akum si moma nko nko ye na adwuma moma nko nko ye na adwuma and then e kamen ko we should have a system where betimi a mid-year review where 2 years into the 4-year tenure of Abino, yeah, there will be a back. Ni assessing will be also 2 years in here. Dear no, why ministry ho? Perhaps that will be a better system. According to the enough of Sajima, we do not idea arguments. Dan say, a better chassiano. Go uncle for baby or my bar. Beginning, bro for rare or no fairly portal. They can answer true and poor. To say the Ghana education system, ye true and poor. Obeko ministry 1 year do na scandal. Ministers ya pamo omo. Ministers bebre ya pamo omo mu bedu kwa na resha for crack no. Me no mienu te Ghana ha. Ye won nkofo aye nyina ese empamo omo. Omo kro ya yi na nado ye selection. So omo nka ho. Enye brofo no bekai. They perform excellently at the vetting. Be nyina ejitum say man na nado fo omo mabiem. Mahama time penifo bebe we brofo even obi ti say fifi kwete. Under fifi kwete agrek ni e grow ahe. You grow minus something percent. Even industry. And about brofo. Let's look for substance, policy direction, and Sunny Abeko. Where are critical issues? This is me, my take. But Abeko so me account said they can COVID-19 roll out. A cabin and a year bo a cabin and a year bo. What is the solution? I was here who can yes, some coins a crack more. You say your ways and means, and any idea, and also your betchimo. But my main corner otiko jaba video no yabako how akumsi dia no so na abo ai adwasa for dia na sa na the conversation ato so yam a video ni sesi a
Mr. Chairman, I want to find out from the honorable nominee. Honorable nominee, what is fish farming? What is fish farming? And what are some of the advantages of fish farming?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll try my best. Fish farming is the process of rearing of fish in the reservoirs and the fish ponds, etc. Thank you.
And some advantages. I think OBM is just the same.
What are some advantages of a fish farming? Honorable, please, I said, what are the advantages of fish farming?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One advantages of fish farming is it makes the farmer earn some income. It also increases fish in our community for consumption. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think we are here to work as police. But the honorable nominee perfectly answer the question. So what is
Can I have some order, please? Honorable, please ask the question.
Oh.
Can I have some order, please? Very simple questions about lesbians, gay, bisexual, and transgender. And to pick your human rights brains. Are they human? Should they enjoy human rights? And will you provide social protection?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the issue of LGBT is an issue that, when mentioned, it creates some controversy. But what I want to say is that our laws are clear on such practices. It makes it criminal. Section 104 of the Criminal Code prohibits one from having unnatural carnal knowledge with another person. So on the issue of its criminality, it is non-negotiable. On the issue of our cultural acceptance and norms to these practices are also frowned upon. And so for me, these are two distinct clarity on the matter, and that is what I strongly stand for. Thank you.
Eti abusiafo ya mamu two appointment committee sittings. Adwo Asafo ene Hawa Kumsi. Wo de wa hwe Adwo Asafo one of the shortest vetting sessions. Na enkofo ka say oh omo favor Adwo Asafo because they didn't even ask Adwo Asafo about yera ejeni mboatenje head of procurement authority because now Adwo Asafo na ye minister for procurement. Nti say if there was wrongdoing there, say the omo de che Godfrey Dameno. And why are you not asking the minister who directly was responsible there? Say, were you aware? Godfrey Dami, that was an issue back and forth. Were you aware you were on the governing there and there? Sir. But I would say, Adwo Asafo onim ne staff. At least autonomous onim say gender ministry no okono. Nti ebe busa no question. Again, me say brofo ne ye appointment committee adwuma na say vetia. Yera aboache jako. Ebe bo ni video sisi a. 2017 President Kufuor ba afoforo no. As the former director of campaign, chese the Brofo na Boache Jakung, the man has been head of a bank in New York. Brofo, even Suhini question Kobusa Boache Jakung about his role was Bank of New York and sana Afia no the channel Bank of New York, Bank of New York there. Meanwhile, Boache Jakung di 2 years in its office. And I send by the contractor, President sign because the president has been misled. If that is me, I'm just restricting myself to what transpired before the appointment committee. Even to the extent, say, Honorable Mama, I crop be can't say, and Kofochi chase 3,000. Yamio, on one casa Becan, a committee. Emma on one ni seniors, I don't agree to. Any Honorable Muntaka Mubrak in Abeka saying, he couldn't prove evidence, say, it's your own case on withdraw on the floor of Parliament. Brofwa, Brofwa. Senga bebreno okay NDC MP okodina okoka schools under trees of schools under of two names jiga but perhaps we call the constituency a ground or boy adwuma ye nyina yewura ukokumase a one of the mayors obey boy adwuma power santimem ye na Kwesi Agyemang onya ne baby ko obi edi adanse say if you go and check the records Dr. Ibrako Kasa University of Education Winneba say one of the people not yet effective on the ground. Na Kwesi Agyemang ne record da ho besi ne sanitation se ne na Kumase ate enya brofo na de ti Kumase Krobadu say kana say na enya brofo na Krobadu say but he was effective because read history no even Accra here one of the tax force officers obey adwuma Accra de bia kan ye de kan se na cycle ye very neat Salifo Amoakon na cycle ye neat brofo na de koye Brofo no de koye ya na. Inti at the end the adwuma ne da ho a moma ya address issue no. said the voters near to abakoma your representatives no mo dia ya nemu e parliament mo kwatna committee no so a mo musa question ya koma yen ba ma me fon ko back to parliament bi yen ko yero ejakun ebeti no yebeko otiko jabade no so na yakọ other ones so ansa na yede nkomobo no aba be so ma me ka se empanifo akese miensa ene ene omo etwetwe nkomo yero akosi bu ama ye lawyer Mati Pebu human right lawyer Dr. Jalilu Atekuso political science department University of Ghana Lagos na Dr. Brako ye ne betwetwe nkomo ye ne Dr. Nsiasare betwetwe nkomo ye second Professor Sare and Professor Sare so ebe kam ye ne omu nyina twetwe nkomo ye wo whole part be yen back to parliament.
Foreign currency fraud. Now the question is, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry, I have tried earlier, but you go out on social media assaulting that I'm trying to prevent you from asking questions. That's why I'm indulging you. But this is clearly breaching our Rules Order 67. Can you please go on to your question? What has the bank's prosecution of others, not the candidate, not the nominee here, got to do with us?
Thank you. I'll ask the question now. Thank you. I'll ask the question now. Now, can you, based on this record of the bank that you worked with at the time that you worked, can you kindly?
I guess I may also need to address an aspect of the question that you asked. That, yes, you said he's claiming that he worked at a particular location. If indeed he worked there, that seriously is questioning the integrity of the person. And unless you have evidence to prove that he didn't work there, you cannot phrase the question that way. Clearly very offensive. Colleague, and I was not here in the morning. I don't know what the chairman is talking about, but I will plead with you that in formulating and framing your questions, please be very careful and address your mind to our rules of procedure. With respect to you.
I hope you take a cue and please be advised. Go on.
Thank you. So the foundation still stands. And the question is, can you kindly briefly, tell us your work at the bank, how you were engaged, how you were discontinued, how you discontinued working with the bank, and perhaps later furnish us with the document that shows how you left the bank, so we can assure ourselves as a nation that you at no particular point in time played any role in these scandals that I have hinted at. Thank you.
Your question, the last, is overruled. If you want another question, please go on, but please nominate disregard and the part relating to order.
I can answer, Mr. Chairman.
Order.
Mr. Chairman.
Order. Please, if you want to answer the question relating to what role you did, answer.
Mr. Chairman.
Nominee, hold on. The majority leader wants to come in. Hold on.
Mr. Chairman, I'm very glad that the honorable member started by saying that the Bank of New York is a large organization. The Bank of New York operates in 125 countries. The money laundering issues of 2007 and 2005 and 2007 happened in London. A totally different jurisdiction from New York, where I was. A totally different jurisdiction from where I was. If the honorable member would care to investigate the structure of the holding company, Bank of New York, New York, Bank of New York, London, Bank of New York, Brussels, Bank of New York, Mexico, don't have lateral relationships. We all report to the holding company of the Bank of New York, New York, New York. It beats my imagination, therefore, that a case that happened outside my jurisdiction and a case for which was investigated and specific individuals held accountable and prosecuted without my name ever being associated with the business becomes an issue. The Ashantis have a proverb. To wit, because God abhors evil deeds, He gave each and every one of us a unique name. Mr. Chairman, the question has no linkage. The question of the criminal prosecutions has no linkage to New York and my employment. So I am rather lost on why it's an issue.
Honourable Nominee, your point is well made. Thank you very much. Now, Honourable Member, you will stay out of matters which are not relevant and which are not justifiable, accusations and so on. Please play by the rules, or else I'll go past you and call other people.
Mr. Chairman, I think that I have to make it clear that I am not happy with the way that I am treated on this committee. Mr. Chairman, I want it on record that I never impugned ill motives to the nominee. I simply referred to scandals and sought to find out how he left the bank, so we assure ourselves that he had no role in those scandals because a vice president was held responsible and he also left as vice president. I never impugned ill motive, I never accused him, and I would like that to be on record that I am not happy about the way you have treated me on this committee.
Honourable Suhini, you're not ready to ask a question, I'll move on.
To my next question.
No, I've ruled you out. I'm asking another person too.
Social and political discourse has been described by many Ghanaians as quite harsh, to put it mildly. For example, you label the former president of the Republic, John Mahama, quote, the heart of the devil. He has the heart of the devil, quote and unquote. And you also, that's actually online, I don't know if I'm online. Now, speaking to a crowd of NPP supporters in their fan plays on Wednesday, you described the former president as violent. You said he is violent, quote, he is violent. He recently instigated some youth of the NDC to hurl stones at Nana Akufo-Addo's house, unquote. That's also on Class FM. You have also described the former president as not serious and an embarrassment to a specific regional section, Northerners especially. Quote, this president is not serious. He has embarrassed a lot of Northerners, unquote, XYZ. That's Radio XYZ. Now, speaking to electors at Asawasi, you also labeled the president as extremely wicked. Quote, President Mahama's time is up. President Mahama is extremely wicked, and so he must step down. That was Rainbow Radio Online. Now, in your statement, you also categorically said President Mahama has a heart of evil. I've already said that, and extremely wicked. Because of such pronouncements, and among others, some media houses in Ghana, I know, have actually gone further to bar you from appearing on their political and social programs. And there are stories online that suggest so, Peace FM, Metro TV, Good Morning Ghana, and the stories, suggest that they actually decided to ban you from appearing on their platforms. Now, do you accept that your statements were unfortunate and unpalatable? And will you now apologize to the former president and to Ghana for such unsavory comments?
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. The president is my brother.
and I spoke from my convictions. The former President, John Dramani Mahama, I made the statements that I made as a wake-up call for him. We are building a nation. He was running for re-election, and I felt that the people who should tell him as it is were not telling him as it was. I wasn't banned from Metro. They decided that because he was my brother, they did not want me to speak. And when I talked about him being an embarrassment, I spoke in relation to SADA. SADA is very dear to my heart. My mother is a northerner. The incidence of poverty is highest in the 3 northern regions. And for a president who comes from the north, who promised to alleviate poverty, what happened to the guinea fowls? It was an embarrassment to me and to the north. The chiefs of the north actually made that statement. And so I don't owe him or you any apology. We are developing and building the nation.
You are coming into a public life where you would be compelled to take very difficult decisions. I've heard you make comments about President Mahama, and I just share with you before I land on my question that there are times that it was not the wish of President Mahama, for instance, to bring energy sector levy, but he wanted to guarantee the future security of the country. He establishes a machinery to deliver an affirmative action between the North and the South. Probably he's let down by other persons, and you should know that he didn't work with angels. You've used very hard, strong language that puts me in a very difficult language. That is not, pardon my word, Gonja-like or Dagomba-like or Otiko-like. Hey, you don't want a booster. Would you want to unequivocally say that this was just part of your political campaign exercise? Other than that, you risk. If tomorrow Kayai are not off the street, LIP is not expanded, will come after you in ways that will chase you out of the Ministry of Gender and Children. Would you be happy? Would you be the proud son that those words, if I use those words, campaign platform, I would say that you did. But if you come on this platform and still want to stand by it, will you be Otika? The Otika, I know that Otiko, let that belong to the generation where you engage in competitive partisan politics.
Mr. Chairman, I am as much my mother's child as my father's child. Destiny calls, and the development of Mother Ghana is very serious. People have died for this country, and we, at this time, must work and continue from where they left off. And so for me, the president must be like Caesar's wife. And the issue of SADA affected me personally and the people of the North. And if you look at the results, it's indicative of how the people of the North felt. It is no excuse to say that other people let him down, because he is the president of Mother Ghana, or he was the president. At times I felt that he was the emperor without clothes, and there was the need to draw his attention. It was not just political talk. Governance affects the lives of all of us.
97.3 City FM.
Ebusiafo here live UTV so nim say any enuanom nyina media no there is now a big platform first UTV or him for so nyina part of media pluralism. Nti that's so share live UTV so anope critical issues any e dey ato am no ye share dan ye call ye chi e share said previously vetting committee na adwuma ni be some of the MPs that was Otiko Afia Jaba no ye gender and social protection minister questioner na ye relating to assembly and no campaign platform so I say ama benyu ado de na akoka akubangwa de na so na omubusan say on patch or non withdraw, and she was still insisting say no dey no for sen confo e ben president ma in tunu fu ye into waka nti fa vetting committee in sema esi wo ho as against the performance of the various ministers na we say vetting brofo any delivery ni ade eno na ma yetumi sisi ni pa hu se osefata na ma me ko ahoma no so na me ni opani kese Dr. Brakon Ewo School of Management Studies University Management Sciences University of Education Winneba watch political science book bebre is aware of the governance system ye de adwuma ewo omenyu doc anope ma good morning ni akwa baba UTV so
me jo so ni aba
doctor ho ye de
awo ajadom teacher ni bia obisa o chira kraso an o ka chire ne kwala nse enkwala onyame wo ho akara ko se madam onyame wo ho ayenso ye wo ho enti nyame wo ho yi menso me ho me ho ye
no a good question na question and answer ya odi asha tie na ma me do ba appointment committee na adwuma o ya all vetting ministers be na wotwe nyina ya sesene ade a na me busa history be enro about say ye veti enipa mo makoye adwuma somoman no so eye kwan a esefata trodo a ye behu se ampa nipa no osefata na say ye ma nipa no koye adwuma wie a na ye betimi asese no
yo ma me chasi enfi baby a ta vetting yikura chasi efi Athens hono mono ye democracy ni ye politics ni ade a ye nyina ho na chasi ancient Greece and it's 508 BC Cleisthenes or did ade a be democracy ba ye no na se sa kro no mono omo woni pa enfa sa hodo num ye wo the citizens ayo oman ne ma no French ni be ka se citoyen and ye wo the metrics ne ye wo bi a adwuma bi o di pa wo kro no so ho no mo mfiri ho ye wo women ema omo pa ema nye amanyosem ne ade and ye wo nkwada so nya amanyosem minus and afi ye wo slaves so no mo inform ho nya amanyosem mo enti na amanyosem ne ye citizens no mo nyina ha obi ema bi a wadi mfie bema wadi mfie aduonu ekọ wona no ye from citizens no na mfie afibie mo no na maako kikabo ma aduanan na se omokokohia na omodwendwen oman no na no mofe no ecclesia no to omokohia oman ni dwa so ye fe no agora na omo edubri bia na so omo yinkro oman no councils na council no na ebeka say executive ministers ni na obia wo ye citizen dia wo ho kwan say otimi som wo man anye kora afi na wo som afi ni wi a wo san yetimi san yi obi o na emom enya amono ho a se brefa so kakra se be ya obia benya saade no mo chefa
okay
enti se wo ye citizen eno ne the only qualification na wo ye yi wo sa no a na ya hwe se nipa no wo ye citizen ampa na enti Aristotle reformulated questions for them wo say who is your mother's mother and who is your father's father won say enkron kumem no se me kwa me krom na me bo me ma me din o ma me asomasi ba ne o papa asomasi me dis ye kura ne enti wo bo ma me ne o papa ma me no modin ana wo na no modin a ye ne mo se wo ye citizen no me be say who keeps your family tomb some de won da mo ano obia ne de oda no nti Ghana e be ka se busua pani wo ti me kire sa wona nanu modin na wo kire wo busua pani din a tese ye bie ne wo se wo ye citizen na fe ya sa baso what treating o mame ene o papa no well wo no matene yi tese wo nye wo bia wo tese wo di o ha di pagani eni pa oni o moti community no a wo ti mu no so wo no matene yi enti sa nye ma wi ene no mo hwe ne dia ma obi ya appoint na ko council mu na bibia ni hobio na dia sese ye hu ne say Wilsonian Woodrow Wilson or the ideated by say Wilsonian dichotomy say politics any administration enya de crop ebra Andrew Johnson what baba ye president no was say to the victor go the spoils of the enemy and he said or fane say o kwabato it say o kokun emfa say nkranfo ne temafo akon enkranfo bi temafo so entinkrafo ekofa temafo o magyapaje wo krom ko nyina efa nipa ye di o mso no nkoa enti ye kwabato na ye di nkonimu a adeɛ bi a yɛ ɔman position biara dwumadie bi a obi da no wɔ aban die mu biara no ɛba yɛn a yɛdi nkonim no hɔ na ɔmo a di nkoguo no ɔmo firi akonnwa so enti sɛ wonim wo party aba akonnwa so deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wokɔ enti the corruption any incompetence inefficiency ni ade ba system no mu paa ɛna ɔmo yɛ sɛ daabi ɛne yɛn sisa enti akɔ so akɔsi bra James Abraham Garfield 2nd July 1881 obi yɛfɛ Charles Julius Gitau wɔse waboa na James Garfield wanya abatoɔ mu nkonimdie na wɔataata no ha sɛ ɔma no appointment wɔmfa ma no was brama brewu hu ya na wadi nkunimi o ma me appointment and we assassinate no wo shutu no 2nd July 1881 and American Congress pass Pendleton Act say replace the SAS police system with the Carrier Civil Service in 1883 Pendleton Act no it's you know the civil servant no one no professional one will be a wesua ni mudie o woni mudie wo effective bi mu ye naba na politician no so wo ho na boa politician na ebi ono political recruitment ntino ebi wa boa party bi no wanya nkonomudie na boa no wanya dwuma enti minister no enyo no na ese wo ye professional
okay
enti wo ko bisa no questions about professional competence ni ade a na te sa se wo ne na ni yi enti no obi betimi abeka no wi on to me perform ma kind no some thought of ministerial recruitment by Professor J.R.A. Aji. Or can there be said, Liman, the Minister of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the Dean and KCC. Now we are renowned lawyer, what being pa. That's what we Attorney General, Ukraine, say, and to me, I say, Emma, you're a shafon, cry. 18 Pino, and yes, sir, oh, yeah, one would hear what you know when they test of it na yejuma. So, enti na ministers no one we amateurs ana say novices one no one ya fa say country be say Benin ana mai bi so a 4 years bi almost a party a oba konya so enti bibia obenya new set of people a omo ministers enti eno no ese so onim adwuma no minister na okoye no ministry no mu adwuma nyina na there be enti ana so wo hwe the British Westminster model na woman when you ministers no every party or more seats majority seats in parliament and Tianfan say in a particular year where medical doctor so create seat or party in one and to say want to mean minister for health and not any deputy and obia would never question obiano civil servant no technocrat no woman e be yadwuma no and minister no or the policy direction of his party na eko
okay
entinya obi eloquence and the bit na kire se obey adwuma no adwuma no yenko na se otimi kasa ensonko enye mani mi no enye adekro
but doc unua bema professor Asare ye argument bi other people so aka sa asemi bi se anye ye kura no ba bia wo kɔ ne de wo se wonya hu nimde kakra esan say enye say civil service no obi be dada for instance in the case of Ejako a ekire yete say president ye misleading no and he say nipa no wo at least wo nimde kakra say ni obi kra na dada wo na civil servant bi na wo chia kwan ni say ye ya say wo be hu ndi are you saying say nipa na wo kɔ ne sense wo ye amanyoni ti mo nya nimde bia wo ministry no ho and therefore ni ade na ye vetting no
vetting no de enya se wo betimi wondi wonimde wade no wonimde no wo akosi ahe se me say ya machira de emfie biasa enumuni no me nkwala na ti classroom ne yeto la bai so emfie biasa enum na party a mewom yemfa na se ma me akua donko party na di nkunim na wasi krachi kokoye minister of energy mame me classroom abia na minim energy because man koye engineering electrical engineering work anyway enti wokofa energy generation energy transmission losses question become your vetting asia woni me ni ye me yet teacher no wa assign me that portfolio me ba mo ye professional ma boa me sa ayene de woni mo kra na woko me ma me so on betimi distribute wonim say malamisa na ukoje wo se mo de mo ntwen mo ye se mo ye corrupt pa me ko Ethiopia ba me ba be suipu mo nyina afiri ha sei o ko me ma meti so a won fi Ethiopia medu Ghana kwa na o masweep wa fi office wo no me to no so enti no wan say wo de wo ko tie wo de wo police direction ko na wo no wa cooperate with them wo sua wo be sua kwa kwesi hin.
Okay, enti prof doc, in that case what is the best way beti media assessing asoafo no ansa na wo mako?
When I be of British Westminster model, no, ye fa asoafo a vetting bi eni ho documentia eni ho. Ye fa wa na akoye wadwuma no documentia eni ho. Enti documentia no eye the friend vetting organ Latin for no Greece for no mo for no documentia. Eno no enya no na ekire se obetumi aye adwuma no. Eno de ye hwe se wo ye Ghana ni, wo nye dual citizens. Wo ni nkrofo de ni ye. Won se anamanfo de ayu omo ayi koma vetting committee no. Se omo hwe se we wa ye boni bi pen mo nyini fo nkekaye bi ne ne ho. Nkekaye bi ne ne ho a ya approve no woko.
Okay.
Na okoye na adwuma.
Okay.
Na se wo ka se ense se wo timi demonstrate understanding of the portfolio ni a woko kura no mu de woko sua kwa kosi hin won timi nkosua nchen wo bi a wono wo de mmara kosua okay be say be bi say wo ni field wa here for so many years no won timi ne nyepe.
Okay.
Enti wo kototo na no say wo pese wo in depth understanding of the ministry now na ase woni na ni ye.
Okay.
Enti da bia na meka se yewura jaako enfie be ye no mu ni ana nan ni o mo ye ne sa no o mo na ni ye kura esan say
okay. What about the issue of to say how I come see this one slow to buy on put more questions about first any ministry no. I know the one or saying county which I just for no different ministries say and also I will share no at the same because for instance bit how I come see issue and comfort can some no fish farming almost went to me in year no therefore you know.
Nenti ono na efa ko creative ponds any ade no de fish eguma na ana say technocrat no na ekwa advice ne say ye pese ye increase ye fish stock e wo memo a e kwan ye betimi afa so aye ni wo kwa koka say ye ga ye no ma kire Ghana for e wo campaign platform no so no ye see e ba fish stock no ye be increase no efi ha kodru ha menua Ghana for agye enu mu Ghana to mo mato amayi enti again ye befa ye kwanda ye befa so ebetimi increase fish stock na kodu babie oh minister we wo mbema various options and ye no policy formulation no.
Okay.
Policy making and our policy life cycle no we identify a problem no we pass through agenda setting no the next stage in the policy formulation ni nyina ne say who propose alternative ways of addressing the problem ye betimi say na minister no wa hwe sika wo man no wo na wa hwe de beboa wo mo ene wo mo party programs ni ade na wa yi baako ene e fe no policy adoption no
okay
we adoption ni we are then bureaucrat no a mo boa no mo formulate ye no wo mo na e beboa na wo de eto agu apan mu implementation no enye minister no na ekoye ayi no we no na e boa no mo kire wo kwan no wo de wo ye novice enti no
doc
fish farming where you say ne dress on to me nyadwuma no that enene hwe ye kura.
Okay doc man now because argument obi so be say you flood somewhere because onim de na the technical class omo daada no omo piano koto amene mu a te say mala misa example ya say wo ya wo beko say ye sumu akoto ha mu a na wo beko I just say this whole essence of vetting no cry no I was see a jai because we are not if you are not supposed to know the whole koye adwuma now why is the president even appointing you because president nanka say who say obi ti say napo onye energy expert or a surgeon or so onko energy it is even napo manage to talk about energy issues if enye say we say we are technically competent here so yesu na kan na say mo bible so ni friend ni any friend for e kwa amene mo so omu nyina amene mo no mbekọ akoto but doc my first year said yo doc say doc my na wa say doc bafo Brakon University of Education Winnie Banela no article Yera Martin Pebu human rights lawyer and Yera Akosi Boama so lawyer mbebo am at Supreme Court election petition at ba council Martin Pebu vetting committee a part of democratic process and lawyers there constitutional lawyers someone na mugina ne fapem what do you think especially the another doc who can say enye say necessarily say nipa no wo kwa also technically competent e wo ba bi okọ ni say ebusa no technical questions upokra
I know the no say Doc, I don't get the impression or say me bisa no cry, but level no. Okay. Say you could deep do man bro so and be hard drain. But by all means, once a nipa na ministry hono. Also usua who bibi and san we could do ho. I mean a standard long ago, over 20 years ago. Say usua say oh ko interview a obekọ website company no wa bo mudin. I mean no wa hwe ni obenya and I say be omu ni website pro be di kan akọ no wa ko bisa. Say a man krata na wusu bibi e company no ho ansa na wako interview. I mean idea can you imagine say obi beka say oko interview or company na onkosua bibi anfa company no. And yes I nkra de nka wa nkwa nke eye because we feel it. Because e dia okwa even say omo kire in private life say okwa ye mbisa obibi kra anfa company no ha. E say wa ofa kwan bi so emo mu hu say why research kakra oh esa na about the company esa na it me my points ni eyi nti kwan bia so no obi covet na e also usua bibi about that subject area but say e bia nyoma na we usua no say e wo say go deep onko to the level of an expert in their own team say we say time a ye a nomination no time a ye call vet na own team na expert but also usua ni mani bebre and then point number 2 be say the man to say doc aka but say bia mechanical scientist mo ntwe madwen si so Ghana system hano enye Westminster system ni run enye pure Westminster ye no ye frey ye de na hybrid a kire say ya copy bi free America for ho ene ya copy bi so free Britain for ho okay nti ye de na mix na once America about say confirmation hearings and say Biden by o choose in secretaries omunyina ya omo vetting okay and you hear them various subjects sure e ho ye fa experts ankasa say Ghana ye deny to say your friend say is based on our political system you see patronage and your merit based okay our system is patronage because you see merit based a lot of the appointees they be kwakofa experts in the field but once you deny to say say any yakwe ye war na ye di nkuninti ya na ye bedi na expert no ti ho na bra na ye campaign no you see the problem that's the thing so the point is that e kwan bia so no o community bia e so usua bibi also usua bibi ano de ontimi nka se me kwa na me kwa usua free obia e na odi kankae no e na se onim hwe na che say yesum ana wokọ you're just going to mislead this people. Okay.
Council, remember I shared this also system nakasa. For instance, more busa question no. Questions or more busa. Any process does it even represent Ghana for na yeto aba ni interest ana. Then another ko say policy formulation. I say bi mo kwa politically motivated questions. The ebema nominee ni chimaye ni deni adenti. Remember ho no answer whether or not sa process nankasa no kra no. A survey or mining interest. Boy na am ye shape. Meko Dr. Brakotuba council process na kasa omode. What do you think vetting process?
That's Afia. And it's share article 78 and na ema president say onyi abehwefo mbehwe omudi ne nsam omudi ne enomama no say bia na hwe no obeyi omo. Na say o share the whole process about the check and balances and as a separation of powers constitution no ya shemo chesa nyesa ya shemo kra na ya copy say the senior kai no hybrid system and so we share the way UK system no it develop through the Magna Carta na there was na say the two be share or hininim chesa duru maybe not just why too powerful and the almost ane Magna Carta and the other bad bill of rights.
Council, where Mammy Charles and I call doc radiano paint or person making a quick doc online drop here, Doc Braco. Now, me busa question be now, we are no Pachoco Mammy.
You a change, was a Ghana DNA hybrid. Ya far or both under the fan, dear boom. Now, you make can say, what means a model? No, I have written the normal. The documentation, ya power, ya foul. And John is almost more perform. Now, there can afford the now, person one educationist or a medical doctor. And so about education, I'm say, well, one Jajan Hokra. Sounds on the answer, you ram that before. Minister for Defense, a year, Nimia Kuma,
Adukufo, Dr. Adukufo.
Dr. Adukufo. Well, medical doctor, but call me a defense, you know. Minister Soldier for no for a party. Said not minister, dear, my sector for no more, what develop or say or not that. And you can say, it's a so deeper knowledge of one man, many Safono and Nagane. And the investor could have been so bad at political science here. What by baby say, now we are curriculum winning. Wouldn't say courses very you. And you got the winning man, why a political science? And so, why am I missing? I say, be a courses very yesterday, and I would be an abating accident. I know, yes, he said, send you to mission. Okay, or an interview, ACO ministry be. Public Service Commission for interviewing. As a ministry, no copper home structure and of the ministry, no near the end, they have basic information there, so with me acquire. Never say deeper knowledge in the media. Tell you on beside your red, I couldn't be. I don't know, and when here, that's you know, and yes, say a show in-depth knowledge in the portfolio near the Yama one. I know the 1 year expert, no. I need to go servant now. I am from technocrat. Come never one much with you, man. And yes, I can make a sport because there be a you rapid film in the back of my sports ministers. And that's on a football, I would be battle cramming or Becky. Now, so and normally I do a year sports ministers. Therefore, will be our boy party, no. I be a 1-2 netball, but I will more be that. Now, minister will hold Mona would in the Juma. And deeper knowledge in the portfolio, no, and said that Yadia, a winya, the
okay. But, Doc, and what about the process now?
Now, what the administration and all someone, anything your resappo, cabinet resappo, you need time of the idea.
Okay.
3 weeks, 3 months into your administration, Ocean will be a more trip on the board, what's me resappo? 6 months, and as a period of the out in year resappo, you need time the hour where the military resappo. Now, can any man queer, what mirrors are phone? Okay, we feel, and now the middle another portfolio say on question.
Okay, but Doc, before I back on, now maybe a process and so. It's a process, like as a question, so far, since you started in 1997, vetting, a boa a shape policy, and as a platform for politics, say the Beguni Penmas, and I had back and full unnecessarily a boying Ghana for a 12 and a boy anyway, and
oh, I said, me did it, say, I say, ya, page modudo. Ko baby, be an uncle to say, Drew. Yes, say, when you dual citizen. Yes, say, we need and Kawabi wo, because I'm not for the or my drink to the Bococrat, we are native Mantemo, Yannico school, Abia, Okovia, Principal Coco, and into a cron for, now Mantemo, our tenor, Abia would trade and for 4 board, into a bay minister, a big one in Massey, into Montfano, into. And also, I'm yet the bone. I want to be a judge the one. We should buy a yenty, Yama wonko. Okay. Nemom, I said there be an quite to say, ye be show where power lies. When I was say, I quite say, catch be or no, or so could this soja. Not the old training on one need degree ye be. And the old training on no one, so we a pet or by a penny to be done and say, what is a grip? No, I say grip. I say, hey, you say it's a big book. What is a grip? I don't know. I say, how you say it's a big book. Rape no kind of ano or then I say walk out so being could so ain't it so bad no dear as a moi young say it think it can be any no now or ye citizen I wouldn't need work on that DFMBI would need a how be a young into Momra Mayajumano several servants neighbor Buano now what my Yajumano and Adia from Ghana ain't it some yes questions no if you want no more yeah master aggressive matna ye dibisa question no questions should be asked in a friendly manner. When I was so say there be and only misa questions are and the who also have a question what trash in the bottom will be a disacra in another way. What they casting a question or they kono what trash in the bottom quadie will be this answer a brain trim. And unless I said break a win here, it's me say yet you make a 10 year money bisua. A BBM person nipan could fear don't show her. Nadia then. Won't you for the mummy son and some minutes in a month? A Jumana Casa from any documentation no more.
Okay. Okay, Doc. My now as I mean now call your workshop no trainer or your man from Doc Braco any attending car from University of Education Winneba or chair what your books baby on political science but they say or chair management sciences school honum say council now Casa and mutual so I call
Article 78 my president quite say we need na pam form no be bobo ne ma ho bra na me start na make be fa Magna Carta or share UK system na a good room maybe. The whole thing I can once Macobani says ministers approve of mobile parliament and is a pese 2 million about share president and in such a way no ya say president will be as a parliament for an approval and so share history you copy most of it from UK and the US system and would do share Magna Carta na as a or hin and to me pa UK as English among not just say they do on this idea and by my who said there be 2 minutes so intended a bar bill of rights and a kobayana ye mubi so ya copy bi ne da be share constitution e di o share article 78 baby no ya shada ka say yes ye vetting they go bisa questions but them dey say yes ya approve parliament approve and the omona trans no adopt sa strategy say be vet na ya approve mama come to say mama dey scene right first of all me issue na me want say e bi mo ka say ne brofo no e wo form na my question is say one tia de na say be dey wait me answer brofo no ade be answer e di me hu ni say nanka anka wontimi nka brofo no wonte no ma biasia almost standing orders I stand to be correct I think say standing order 47 e ma wotimi katwi ana kasa bia e local tia na ma musa na mananka asem Mama, come back to. I don't know. So you're a member of parliament. So you're very aware of. But now me come in chairman and come church. I met my boy. Say and come me the country ni. And come be in the history of Ghana be the first. And yes so Kenya bad. Say your constitution Ghana so person the president. And chire be as a kutibofo. Okay. And the say nka we say we dey mani nsa no. Me na makwa don come ni na. O ma buy you so. And the nya ade be hu bia. So now the issue is say me problem pa me won how a man for see a castle will be bear there and answer won't mean abrako one start adwuma. Okay. You see sometimes no me mpanyifo bi mo posa o mo pom ankasa nkofo a ono be adwuma mo trust wo go kroma bibiri enti adenti na maame no ye yusu kakre si ye chese adwuma no won't mean because first of all ne kakasa English na ankasa brofo no amafuru bi agya to mu se na ne kana yede na nti asa na yede. And the big muka say, I'm for Lego. It's a one take question. I say, yeah, because and yes, yes, because question is one say a brofoni dibusa question. Brofoni so much want to ask. The better way to ask question. Okay. So that is my issue. And the minimum say Dr. Brako Kaino. Obia co ministry be our technical sector. Oko health ministry, your doctors oko energy, your engineers or engineers, oko february, oko finance, your child accountant. And the thing is that ejina nipa na obekọ no so enye ade bi ese ye bia na wonim de ana ansa na watimi aye ejina ha wa wo nipadua na oni wo ye wa de sifa ene be kire se adwuma no wobetimi aye ana so wontimi nye me nimpanifo be se me di kankan no so mo ko ba bia o mo twinkofo o mo ben o mo ye o ma bo mo e o ma bra bo mo so metimi adwuma na ko ho na o ma bo mo na o ma ye adwuma no enti se be ya ye ntusu mu ye ne se ye busa ne se fish farming to wantimi die no ana wontimi nye adwuma no we ni ya mimu say we ade ani so kekere yen kan yen say yen yen mu from say betimi aye abrako ahwe akodu o so adwuma na hwa na wantimi anye. Okay. Until the call for say me more approve no ni ade no. For me it's too early. Okay. Because nipa no nyan deliver. Say the papa doctor ne kan. Say oba na wantimi anye adwuma na. Say president ndi into the buy. No swear you na free. The ade ntina ye use obi say e bia makrobo for na ekubisa me say me nka Ghana national anthem intimi and intimi nya adwuma as minister of education said o professor Fobi you see and but papa no so ba obeye bi and the mumie nto unim ewia se no obi sua de a adama tia tam na o sua unim no makwa wonti e bia na bibia wu obetuna veto ko unim de ato no se onya time so am prepare and the ade de yinya abotre we ni de enya de a chenchina chen se yesi busebuso ano se ma asa ne constitution grant resa. Okay. Council, we na me busa na yanko Supreme Court election petition so does it invalidate process no cry say for instance the president it say council quote article 78 president the ope e no fa no the ope no fa no nti ade we nyina vetting na say isn't it useless say ade we fan quote hwe because say even cry omo ka say omo pe no as a committee president bet me ka say o me pe no ana
no.
Without securing that,
yes, the last one. Yeah. So, omukasa omumpena. So, yenka is a first step. Say constitution is say with the prior approval of parliament. It is a committee level, no. Omukase, pen crana. Ain't me envy or ho. I was some they call the whole house. They are my friend a
committee of the whole, no?
Plenary. Let's say if you need 275, no, beto ne swaba. Hence, Yanka say committee, no appointment committee, no need to me say. Or say Omukase mum nominee bia e hwa na chese yi na frim dey bi nti omo de be call the whole house na so ehia pa say obi abebo ne ho mode se de be ya on say parliament Omukase omo de consensus ye adwuma pa na one of the conventions e wo ho ne say you say vet no ukọ ho na say ubo ho mode a na say omu nyina apene so say oh esimesi de onko a omuchro na say decision no once omu nyina apene so no ukọ a plenary omu de call the whole house na ye nye e friend say ye nto so aba na nso say vetting hono committee no say dodo na aka say oh nominee de onye papa ontimi nye adwuma na ene ekọ a plenary na ombeto so aba oh nti wo mmode na wo ya de committee level no pa appointment committee na utwa bibia na obia eni gia na say we wia no no nti hia pa say vetting ye be fa no serious oh then there was the first part of the question said president ni open
no fine
they be nti kwan bia so no under article 78 so the council sikan no just say parliament peneso say parliament and peneso president won't mean nipana as minister because I say with prior approval of parliament prior approval intina at this stage you better say yes say nipana ye nominee
okay
or a nominee appointing ye into just a parliament for so answer and sana president aka say my appointing nipano that's one then the last point so say I was say you who say now, if having said say the person is a nominee and so with the prior approval of parliament, the other thing they say, I have vetting the interview say, at least on say interview no, or say omoti hosana, at least you test omo skills na kakra ubuade. Some of the things we take them for granted, but immediately if you say dakro, bibi betime aba say interview no appointment committee be do or nebia. Sebio nominee ni ba ko bia na dwemu ka ne kakra nti oba questions ye bisana na odidi o matem ni nti let's not take it for granted because on say mental health Ghana nyema bibrea we don't take them seriously but in every population mental health mental health issues nti bia na dwemu ka ne kakra nti on say oba no betina ho 6 hours se ni nyina ne body language okay hwe ni nyina nti it's a form of testing and then number 2 this vetting process no yes say answer na obedi minister no you have to qualify to be a member of parliament into one say obi kwakodi member of parliament na your qualifications be also say omiti so you say is in article 93 or so it things like member of parliament at least 21 years of age must be a registered voter
okay
and to be a registered voter, and I also have what sound mind, those things, right? So, I vetted the Mokai, your papa's Pio Gabra over how many years ago? Almost 20 or something, or it's past.
That was under President 97, eh?
Now you have found a minister. Oko vetting you who says, "Na on register as a voter." Into why you need in change. That was long ago. Then there was another nominee too, long ago.
Dr. Owusu be now okay university.
Excellent. Then there was another one around Amansamai. That one too. You see, so listen through this process, and then apart from being registered voter, no. Internet is only a registered voter. I don't mean the minister. And he won't say through this process. Why Dr. Spielgaba shared nim dear Ubian say Spielgaba is generally good. Okay, very, very knowledgeable. He's learned very many different subjects. Okay. So despite all that, because Oba Ghana it was exciting because I said Swakakra Omodeni free is the African Development Bank who said, yeah, you can't see you know say Ghana so they pay certificates. Certificate in this. So of course, vetting no mu say on your registered voter no. You need to change. Okay, so it serves some of those processes. Then the last point on it, they say to be a minister no, there has to be evidence. commission of inquiry bi embua for say onye papa untimi nye saa adwuma yi bi nti o kai say ebeye MPs ni kodi saa nyambra sem wo friends and parliament no say ka akra say anka yem form nko commission of inquiry say ebeye a ichire no ye disqualify am na che say untimi ngina as MP ni ne keka ho aha nti the point I'm making is say ye be appointments committee na adwuma e wo bedwam a obia wo assembly tia nipa na otimi diba ne aye nhwehwemu conviction ne ne keka conviction say bia what the aye sakawa moral turpitude ne keka so it helps it helps
but because even in the case of judges aye judges qualification 15 years sound mind it's an argument me lecturer Dr. Bochi argument before for instance to me the ingredient of sound mind and moral where then watch it and this minister here say so be suba money wo bo na yire wo fie
I'm for
that just a matter of public record that's a public record that not so suba money I cancel say a question and answer say I say everybody is asking hard questions and on this day better than all those things are okay say na adwuma mu da ho ne ade
say na adwuma na can at least you test here ni nyina na manfo hwe say so if at the end of the day people have suspicions say I best a nominee or yare kakra I mean they will bring it up they will bring it until eboa to a certain extent but listen the point is that ain't me man say president nominate obia na che say ye man nko they be interviews with there was say vetting here pa here yenye but from what you say na che say you bit me more investigations na kai say questions in life no enye ni nyina na ye nti say e was see hard evidence nti me fan say ebia mete hey or let's use esimesi so Mr. X has been nominated na or vetting na ye the question about say na ampa say ebi obi di eyaba say ebia obo na yere say no cry even the fact say any evidence you bisa no question na the point I'm making is say obetimi edichim say entisa na so through that question also who says see amanfo ati o nti e will say ujai so there is some value in it nti some of the questions no
enye useless
you tunufo say hey ati o nti na che say if the least thing you do maybe a better
for instance obi ti say minority leader honorable Haruna Idrisu to Napofo Eslowusu omo ga say wunyi ni say wunni abotra na say bibisa but sometimes I dey not just picking on the person say assume see the enim say ni weak point ni say ni pe bia so weak point nti e be bo for instance e man no a omo ani edin ni say as all the adjusafo vetting compare Otiko compare a friend say Hawa Kumsi compare Eslowusu just afunya no almost easy procurement questions are na bia nkofo be ka senka o se ebusa o ma ebusa no but Esla de Hawa Kumsi very tough questions
yes so it's not picking it's good for democracy based on say Ghana no sometimes maybe you radio na me tia on say amanfo on say we are developing amanfo your world on say bibi kiti at times me no make us na say we dey anya asembia but by the time I'll be tea topic now for 30 minutes, we will say, hey, and so my point is that it's not picking. We are developing a democracy. So I said, no, is it training the let's just do it right. It's helping.
Okay. The council, I know they made back the next point, which is that they're not council. Of course, Professor Jumabodi paper be choice, and he's written subsequent papers about vetting process. He makes an argument for instance, that time the board nominees needing anytime even Parliament as a committee. With the exception of a few ones, normally or more opposition side. And I be as a 1 week crowd, but to Busa Nipanechi, watch a jackon. So in a Kobusa and the children, and no yet more, and I say, no, Buso be dear. Anna never there were questions about Unye Sikawa Hene a day Kodo Ponkoma, questions on Moody Tatano, or company be say, we are majority shareholder, what declare or assets, time Ben, I would declare or assets, what hold the office of profits making, what your permission will speak out. These are all relevant questions, but time on one, Yadema Omun. And my processing I valid and I useless say, Omunya break. MPs also complaining about we need research assistants kwa obeto no bonaki akod begi obi na yese nominee are you sure nominee say
me that say say o hwa omo be start here omo di kan public announcement na parliament the babontin say ya yi sa nipa ko we say say ye pese ye beto enti wa wo nsem bia no fabra na me ni kwe ni ensani bo a so mate na nyini na na babontin ai bo ye so omo card show because ensema ye omo bi ban enya na enye easy ana bi mu ajete wo de ba public an hwe ya ti ana ehone ya na omutimi bo mo say senior kan so there's consensus na omutimi yi bi fi
omutimi ye
oh go ensem ne de go hwe o boy bi kra wa di tini be what did tini be nkura brim kra bia ibi ko ba
when ni ye kwa itimi busa
wo am for tro no makopa omunya in fact they wote wo hono kwa kakra bi
they yete wo committee ho
kakra yes
nti nsan hye ntoma
obi aso wo nanso wo wiase
ana omo fam ma abonten
enti
ade na ebi mu de omo de ba abonten for bi ya wo bo ni din ne vete me kai so omo busa no question back wo masai o se wo masai 8 or say 10 at the time omo busa say e oba ba ko or resist ya kakra nsa no say no
o say ye obi o hono ma o hwe ono bo kujeto say ya ono yana no ma bi o hono ma obi busa wo ya on shada fan sensitivity no because o ka say justice Kolende busa a very serious questions according to you o hwe o me related I was all worrying about baby I don't know say ni nua bi but Obusan a very sensitive question say about how treating the juniors.
Chambers.
Very say individual preference. Don't know person obusan, obusan. Ebu also we dey obusan. When say the boy so mka so man about one say ya na no be a private life ana eba say sexual immorality san man and say ya o ye be man na wo kan say president go for kind say be ma bi no nu ka say okasa asem tia no yonko bema because ya de a wan hwi ya bi betimi ato enti nsem ne de
and akwa the man nyina people have morality obi a morality
and nsem de body she sometimes ya de a me hu ni say o politics but ko mo ye party politics e o mo tough time be e bia nsem bi o madi ka o say o bo otiko jabade yi nsem bi o mo ka say o kafa president Mahama wa antweye enti hu ni say amonfo e hu ni say o mo leader no ndi say wo kasa na wan kasa yi a na ombe mo amu ehu say ade a yi aha na ebi nyawo say ya nyawo ne se ne ne pa ho adaben ndi esi etimi twon na wutimi ede etimi patch wo ho ndi na wa hwa obu a na so wode a na obuso wo twin sa ndi no mo susu say omusu buofu ndi ensem ne de omunya bi pa tam ni sa ensem de omunya bi na me so ade ba kwa me nu say wo a ye de wakwa gina ho no mu no osu nim de waye ndi o kono so na prepare ho because we are say e dan kra e waso enti de waye bia na oni enti ya na yem hihie o tie me mata ma follow mu kakra e bo o mutimi nya CDs but e bo mu fanya adwuma e bo o no bo di CD bia be hye obi nsem oh e no we bre o kai akudwoto ona ba akudwoto the first vetting o mu busa an question be say ye hu so na attack president Kufo fie o si ni wo fa na ete ni area onko ana omo ka say and the video and the moncha na yen say ana but we bold no ka so mpomomo ndi hona we hu say minority that I minority that at that time I search me na omo withdraw ana hu say o ka say bi for parliament ho e ma o ka say wan kasa na hokọ na ye na the service and omo hu that kind of position ana omo ka say ye nya na abante na ashu enti ni na ejina say senior card omo show di mi na e show bibia so enti vet ni de ye but maybe some who say sometimes I be person who use no more settle scores
ha na make earlier no
and there untimi nyim free me ho sa on the politics no obia no ye nahi ana ni paso unama dia abakunko ho afa no ya na hu ko anam kwa obi hu and there omuso mun na MP so but obi so dia ne nkire ho ne no ma chi tie ne kasa bi sitie no on say kasa twie ya na ya and obi so oba ho a no hu say na de magba so dia na me so me nye da metima ya na me so me pa amrafo
in fact how akumsi ndie kwa mate say if internally within the MPP government itself ko ho na eyi ne ba o mukra na ehye NDC minority for na chi won woni pi because
any dey Afia me da minim
oh me na make say me dey oh dey on timi nka because oh ko kai we busa evidence si aba me na journalist am tietie omu nyina no ehunu nti ye ni omu nyina abo nkomo because time omu set don't forget how come to ministry affairs no kuta no special initiative it was first time first creation no creative be that the fact somebody one dam yeah the money ministry computer omuye for villages the money ministry ambulance the money ministry there are also people within the MPP who think say ambulance under health ka was say call health dam and ka was say call agric and also works and housing inti adeni ye didn't nyina ba be ma we and also there are also those who gave the reasons me investigation here no gave the reasons say the entire the man say say they want to take advantage of mama no
okay that me say politics momu de o greatest enemy parting conform your internal omo abontini de unim say abontin for the minimum but obi o politician be catch say omo wo inside ana unim omo magidi atete omudini na obi o na time for inside we youth organizer we say obi o na time for serious ones for just almost battle with it we within and say no man betimi aba and me nka say enye possible ebetimi aba na emom no ejina wo nipa na how be see ya obe manage one enemies no and na be mo ache so be ko ni mana za wonko wani
Yanko Supreme Court election petition. You say and Tabeka Dr. Msiansari na twetwe nkomo the COVID issue no. Well, there's one question na minim say munyina mo monitor vetting mo so obia be answer frontier. Omo busa first minister national security or sheda onim yebusa minister of health only the first person kra osi onim yebusa adwo asafo osi onim this frontier contract omo ye COVID testing wo airport. The question has gone back and forth. Obia ntumi maye whether or not eco procurement processing the award no what is the value of it the nyina has been going back and forth ntina we need first Dr. Siasa especially they see am the vaccine aba omo be roll out no but again asema mama yariga kan ye no so allegation mama yariga minim say in the context of vetting e betimi dey abeka ho a say eja converting mama yariga make allegation say ya cheche sika envelope say see ana o ka say nsema committee ne kra ate no any nyina no muka so there's this belief that omuye ways and means we actually and yet necessarily sika because mama yaga they went to me and my evidence so that's been dismissed but say oh mama busa me question den oh mama me questions now ahead of time oh I said scratch my back I scratch your back even between the opposition and aban nyina people have made that allegation say and yet it's not serving the purpose of the voter and that's what more to abano Emma MPs now I scratch my back I scratch your back do you see that
me who say I take a critical observation ubon say obi about how we treating no fa and as some more kan ma me kwa no the whole kan me no ya adwen pa ni say dambotwe buy no o mo ka say former leader onkwa no obi ya ma wa chesa former in the heat like no mo make emphasis on that say because of decentralization they share in Sunday saw for year akoba ya moment to bento no person mo yire na because of that matter e di wohwe mo anka nya bibi sa de anka papa no ko be fa no fala e di wohwe mo de o mo kasa na asa o mo yonko ba hwa ana ibi o kra na obubusa question na get a question do na yi no ne pilu nu kwa na chen yi no obe kamfo no na wo ha na wo ye sei ana wa ya de obi anim da djuma wo ye e di ada no so busa question so sanke kan no kwa sanke yema metra but ni na no afia do ka na wum unza kwa de say ensemble hon ma obeti but uni fufu nti as a lawyer unti metra na wonka enti esi unze ewi ase kra no say adamfo mu kra no uni na mfo na munya ntokwa opobi ama na tawachi una mfo mu kra no opobi a obeta wachi edi normal part of human nature
we say means on council obi ade be kan no ho na yakoso
so na ya tembia ya na a friend say we are interested because so say na cancer kind ya na we say means ebi umpa and then some of the issues that come up the way the committee has to deal with them no it's usually something that is intriguing because the person tells say sometimes even you meet people privately no ma catch you say hey me the petition e call etia isi mesi me the way ko etia isi mesi so e ko wie etie no take yeah fa petition no nti na che say etia so iti we say me and those and they say when journalists say
and can also ko die
ni etie ni e ho because it helps us to see say okay isi mesi say sa na me share kukumu it just helps it helps so that we are better advised
it's so true we say means yanko Supreme Court election petition no yenya Dr. Nsiasari na na ba na ebusa questions about COVID na say yenya said the Dr. Esedu Bekun kan ye fourth spike na ye won it council mean chat through so Supreme Court election petition he na ye wo say akwakoye confusion between whether emra no enkasa ana say court no endane no ho kakra towards public policy so that ye koye nim no ye betimi ade aka ho ama emra no yabo na mananyini but before mama call doctor Nsiasa so doc anope good morning ni akwa baba critical issues so UTV. Hello doc. Hello Dr. Nsiasa anope good morning ni akwa ba UTV so.
Yeah, good morning. I want to say.
Yakopon adaroma also e. Yo. Doc, una one omampani kwa adwene obeka se mu konna krana. Mo na mote wo Jubilee House abibi ekoso nyamu nim. Sa question ya aba vetting committee ankofo busa ho asem frontier yi. Unim answer no.
Question be.
Frontier company no mo ye testing wo airport and COVID testing no. Question ya aba se contract na efri. Why na award ye? Minister of Health by osi onim ho hwe yebusa National Security Minister Kandapa osi onim ho hwe adwasafo ba ono so onim ho hwe nti wo na onim ana wo na akofa contract by
yo mechia o ma mo hwe mo ne atiefo nyina obeka ya on the 21st of March and ya two borders nyina o Ghana ne airport so obeka fa
ai
ya two mo wie no Obeka so nipa about that night any 22nd March I shall see midnight 23rd March womu nyina ban e de emu kogu hotel ma ban tua omo ho kana omo 1030 ema ye omo test esan ye second test nipa be emu be 96 e positive inti that time no ye to border to airport no nti obi an otimba ye bia obi a wa range na oba amen pakono ba the plane ba na eji wo ma go for Lebanon ne ma bai na omukoda hotel for 14 days under quarantine obi so to mo ba chi ka che so person do bi ba under emergency charter flight oba pakono also ko high hotel high hotel na pakono tua kakra sa no dua hotel ne bo no anko soro kra no be $50 about $70 for 14 days one year. Yare abe ema enema pi ba economic life ni social life in our society. Tie ku enimu na e bi schools no ema o mo school for no koye exams na ma ye adwen se be sa ahwe ni ahwe ni e bi airport nti kwan a ben ni bi airport o e bitimi aya yemfa enkofo mfiama no ne importation emma Ghana eno na your presidential task force a president a chairperson ministers no interministerial yeni so yi to president for nyina ka ho ye dey use science and data na ya committee na ya kodwenjo nti ye ka se si ebeya o si timinya test bi ebitina ye na airport ho a emma enkofo entwen wo airport ho nche bi ka second one so test between a between your report and test. As I report no eba no test no report no ene PCR test ye Ghana ha na say any we as member be because PCR na a gold standard test e dey ye emma COVID-19. Nti afu ya dey ne say e hwehwe mu na e ka say e pese yenye bisa nti ye hunu say test be a friend antigen test no a test the protein na a COVID virus no PCR test a test virus na kasa nti o person a test wo Ghana na so de bibia be ye adwuma e wo apomudina ye wo regulatory body a Food and Drugs Authority and a hwehwem epe se test we ya register na say register o mu register so a ye will be a friend of specificity and sensitivity. Specificity say BIS we and before Asia hanging Africa for. And a sensitivity say among before Honina we a Ghana ni. Things say or ye virus no a positive and a positive. To move very stringent and I say dem brand go hosebeya and the man I say ye beat me as a test na and a case a positive and a positive. The time I hear him and you and you say obi ewupi nipa akopɛ na ewu bi wɔ Ghana ha enu sɛ nkɔfoɔ ka sɛ ade ne afama no Gucci foɔ ya afama wo ya afama wo ko ne Gucci kɔhɛ omu ni antigen test ni we nye just common rapid diagnostic antigen test
okay
You test the moon, you antibody test. It is a pregnancy test. Be so when you know ocean bathroom
na doc na muntu mi procure bi asaban na enim dada se covid ni free baby ba cause see China ye hu ye spread ko Europe ni America ye hu ye started say ba Africa ye hu ye nti na muntu mi procure bi man Gucci fo
bia o tie mi ye apia me chechero ni mu
okay
covid covid ba 2020 na in hu bi Ghana obi en ho a odaju ni say covid but we are sememu at the end of 2019. If you be no we Korea for them say umu house ya no me bi umu yimba school for ni na enti airport test na no no enye aban dia enti ya hwehwe obi say ye be hwehwe obi no me sa test no airport ho si menya obi o sa afidie no bia sa time no ba ko pe afidie no ba ko pe na ye register no Ghana edwan bi wo ho a o ma ankrankra na ye se obo hu na PCR test no kofo bi MD Lancet ye bi we me nya sure say MD Lancet e kwa o kofo ko ya sika eji wo no obi di aba parliament abaje parliament approve de o ye e bi e fe bi fairness internal generated funds and our person set price na o ko parliament ko je parliament approval to also be atiase we ankran and aba and you can say a percent test no no airport ha na yenya ho resource no within about 30 minutes at the patient to be see for a passenger be see from now go through the not in saka test no you hwehwe mu FDA for so hwehwe no o ma register sa complete no nti ma FDA for e ko hwehwe say e betini aye and na wo mu demand labs no say no Gucci for hwehwe no hu say yes and make PCR because a negative, because a positive. And 99 or so % sensitive. Into the air, and say, I had to say, oh, airport, airport, or departure, and go for a one just toss and that's one gift from India or motor or batik. A bind no concern contract. A Ghana Airport Company Limited.
Okay.
And na airport, New Mudia or okay. It's a Ghana Airport Company Limited. It's a Ghana Airport Company Limited. Omone omunshia no mu hawa. Omema om baby a ometimi aya omunse airport na ometimi aya test no. Na yenhwe e car sika omagie free passenger no yempese Ghana Airport no so very expensive. No bi anka say e ya fe de sika no do so ne ma.
Okay.
Ti omuno mo kwatran say e ho e na omuno mo sign am say o fe no concerners
agreement okay
any agreement any contract bi a Ghana Airports Company ni ya ko sign Ghana Airports Company gisika fili hona asa no de ko to wo mu company no afu America say company no e pay ye adwuma ho is about 360 people o me Ghana for a mo ye adwuma ho be a lab for be a way
but doc am say problem about vetting committee na question we akwa ne say Ghana government na etua o moka ana
na Ghana government etua o moka I can say will be autonomous in our airport. Ghana government in Chiomuka. We want the Chiomuka of worker.
Okay.
And one say will be by test now. Now what Chiomuka? I don't know with Chiomuka.
And no into $150 now. Oh, buy what you are na cost frontier for no.
Yes. And okay. Okay. A private company.
Okay, but doc say omun kwan na ye testing no. The question is that sen come competitive bidding. Ke be 3 companies na be ye. Into ba oh, you are pleasure to say
company bang and then was a machine now which na test.
Not a mo check eh and am hu so onu kwa na na wo bia na.
Yes. At that time in September no sa company no kwa na what that antigen mamin kan che immunofluorescent fluorescent immunoassay antigen test kit. And yes, omode ye say it take sample for PCR. Now omode akwhye FDM. Na FDM na turn into amount results.
Okay.
Qualitative results are positive and say negative. They also be atiase. Enye de wodi wani na ehwe say color matching na say color nche.
Okay, into dog. If that is the case, I just say nim answer no. I'm wondering why Minister of Health, Minister of National Security, are saying they don't know the answer to that assembly.
That's why I'm giving you the answer. You're sure say Ghana Airports Company and the Minister of Transport. It's the Minister of Aviation.
Okay.
The Minister for Designate for Transport.
Okay.
It's media may catch us if we are and your contact via Ghana government and media
okay.
Ghana government Ghana government capture in this setup on more cameras and a call. Now, the airport.
No, can they are trading? I mean, I'll cry my phone and say I'm 6 times. To me, but $150. Meaning, say whether or not that is value for money. Because they see I buying any ECOWAS Ajatuma, more than $50. Not just 100 now, Majida. Was it an unnecessary charge a company Najiana? 19 and at the time, no one on betting my service. No.
If we are buying a hundred in far and to company no every year a short term a one of my own. They say Ghana area will be our vaccine or vaccine a year as a casa issue or airport a one.
Okay.
It will say a short term
okay.
A China will be our vaccine maybe not to be a week near a car or to 2 name in Afia.
Okay.
On one car. Okay. Messaka can be say Ghana Airports Company Limited. Media Minina Mekacho Ghana Airports Company Limited. And ne woman amomu space. And no more assign kata say who feel wha. Also ja airport maybe away you want to say the next effect.
It's here now, okay. Okay.
One more baby no more year.
It's almost your rent Ghana Airport for using almost space no.
Yes, it's kind of woman. I'm saying rent. You kakra woman the Ghana Airports for any Ghana
as rent
Ports Authority. For Ghana Health Service for women. I so want to talk computers.
But doc, say the only one the company why there.
Frontiers Health Solution for
Frontier Health Solution and why there? Why the director?
Me incorporate director or Frontiers Health Solution, but I say a Frontiers Health Solution Limited for there.
Okay.
Parliament for no current say Frontiers Health Solution. Okay. Say nipa krono tuntum or ye kokwa.
Would you win him? Okay.
Me the minimum say we are very much interested say a bit test. In fact, the Ghana for us yani general say you the first country in the world that yes a rapid antigen test. Very sensitive. Inti make us say ye nipa be 1,200 and over. And come here positive. Combating the work country, you woman if you manage you for the 14 days and more carbon. So we are positive. Now do what you don't call a offense isolation. A high or tested them. A sana or what toward the other. It's a work as $50.
Okay.
$50 and I buy no. ECOWAS countries in our camp will say will be over for ECOWAS airport to be ano. San almost away.
Okay.
The president, only the chairman of ECOWAS committee of presidents.
Okay.
Also in Naidiso.
Okay. Doc, what's in Nipa ina test.
We between 5 and 12. We be no krano. Na yesaka che say umman kolano family package. No omunyen kolano suska. Enti sesika na obi kan wasem say obi an boarding and I say obi a we Ghana. That's what you ko wasem go na mpo $50.
Okay.
Told them.
Okay.
$50.
Doc, can you the president Ababeka? Me na me person who can say nipa test na pick your mun anu ya 200 and a
positive. About 1,100 and some 200 and something. I can get you the real.
Okay. Okay, you.
Yes, and the woman your potential people and come. It be a South Africa strain, it be a Brazilian strain and Afia a problem.
Okay.
I know some Opia Ghana and India say.
Okay.
A Adipapa Ghana ya any dikanya.
Okay.
The first country to do it, I say Afia na Brofuni in Asia.
Okay. Doc, what the emphasis Doc emphasis but a born company Frontier na decided on budget $150 na.
What's why then?
Frontier company na they decided on budget $150 no. And I Ghana buying.
The inputs. Omu talk it in your name a woman now, and Omu decided when a couple of the no person and a dog skate. I know more class. Any affair those that time no countries be almost a similar to send Omoji. That time I can give you an example.
Okay.
This year to send Omoji, we will be saying Omoji and Yamanema. Oko Korea say no me manufacture omade aban no dia ma school for omo ko school na pa bia na ayi omo test
okay
free
okay doc
yeah intimi nya manufacturing bi
well e bia kamo de ma FDA for anka FDA for betimi ai bia na standard authority
bi me say and we say go for ka say ade na Noguchi for ya fama Noguchi for as we speak today Noguchi for sa machine omo ni bi
but doc mo pese mo to machine bi ma Noguchi a aban betimi ato ama Noguchi eno de
sometimes you look at all these things say okoto machine no ama Noguchi say on fama ye test no Noguchi for any laboratory omo ye normal test Noguchi for the boy COVID by because omo na work
na say doc ase mo ya o kan de hwehwe maso kaka because virus na ye kan e virus according to more doctors mo say wona horo bebre until you don't you think say mo to machine ma Noguchi a and then kanya virus COVID-19 but other viruses are similar to COVID nyina kan ye benya homfa so da chi bi Ebola included say Ebola kra Ghana Health Service are saying issue alert cray say ka be my long term benefits rather than say company ba kwa ba je abo so airport oje $150
Afia ya catch us virus some machine e check Ebola na check other virus
ana mutu mi upgrade them and check other viruses
machine bia wa dia e check enti mo putu sa de we ayen kan yi Noguchi aban atoton fidie ama wo mu virus ayi ba e COVID ba e yetimi aye ama aban sa me na ye Noguchi ne KCC a you say ye won private sector for atobe ekono you say we be 25 bia kan nyina no about 14 machines are setting up at different places aye guso aye yeko aye to infidema most of the hospitals they said point of care patient care
okay
inti aban guso a what equip all the labs in what country ha inti moma yemfa ye ka sama yemfa sisi eni mu yi minim di intra all of a sudden at the papa na ye no wo airport ho na for ebesu aye krabehwe no Ghana na ha CFS ye di nyina ato nchen eni ye na company ni ye hwan dia na hwan dia obi metisa obi ka se ade na company no we register no June a obagi ye no na me busa am se sa COVID kinkape company na register na be 5 years ago no obi an se COVID ba
okay doc
obi take advantage na wo papa no hu se o nko hwe bibia metimi ade ayi am so me ye na ayi a the company na me hu se medical na me de nema ba you see America say sa machines no FDA for assign to register ba kwa ho
okay
ye be placing so wo other places
okay
ye no wo catch say obi no ye na private say obetimi akọ e border ma obi e border no
okay
it no be enura country asa akwa and the technology in such a way say technology no air cost rank of full PA bi no na nema no bo yefo
okay
e so be vaccines a obi e koto vaccines eba
doc me ka san ke yan kasa about vaccines so but your time na we enti ye the vaccines be kwa share radio so na ya ye no okay
ya na country won nyina na say tax force ye dwene ho ni hu say o si e border airport na o si e yenya bibia betima ye test nkankan na emani pa any chepi na betima ye bibia airport no kwa kofi
okay
ye no so ye di match obi private sector enye aban na akofa akotuaka aban ka pre
any okay but doc ma wo dey ma me no wase because I na dey members of appointment committee no mani abre no I dey mo kan say ways and means so be na company no near or share change na me busa say directors whether or not ni momo and I said we say emergency nintino na one company pe no no quote the price whereas be a open marketer
emergency bar there's something mo procurement na your sources
sources no so na the corruption ba no
there was restricted tender there was general tender no be abeyi ni nyina illegal illegal and I make catch on say we say ni papa ko na be ye ni be a source and I say Ghana Airports Company omo ye hu say only one person e bit buy no na omo no say ya Ghana Airports Company enkofa machine ni si airport
okay
so what you say
ya to ase do
ba me say say government of Ghana interest ka ema obi say Fisika BC and Jessica Ghana government.
But yeah, Ghana for it, $150. Yeah,
and Ghana for one quantity. I say Ghana for a Ghana Nikra, your tears on over $50. A young Gofosu Flamanone, you say go Canada. Now only $2,000 you go to more Untiminko.
Okay.
Oko UKCC hotel no crana buy hotel or park that with Tuyaka. That is how it is.
Okay. Okay.
It will be free Amanano bar. One no Sano Ubituasi.
Okay.
Echo was a Daroma will be free a bar a bay $50.
Okay.
It is gonna need to Quano or bar. Never see making sure that Ghana need fire no Magana.
Of course, I deserving of 150. No. Okay. Okay. Yo. Doc, mami na wase say na make I beto aso radio so nyampa Edwada. Dr. Insiasari ene ene twetwe nkomo no na presidential advisor on COVID health ewo Jubilee House and I ka say frontier no ndi onimansa no. Nti Minister of Health call appointment committee oso onim. National Security oso onim. Advisor for Gender and Social Protection oso onim. Ono Dr. Insiasari do wa my answer na say na emergency situation. Nti na omo ekoye ne sa no ti yento aso studio anu say yamba back to election petition any other matters yaka say yebeka ho say megutu aso ye live e wo UTV critical issues no betimi join the social media platforms our dwenche ene o comment bi ana o questions obetimi de ato say asemo ye ayaken wo adwene eyemu kisene ne wo mu a eno so obetimi abroche for na send messages pa gusa say $150 so na esefata na frontier no nko ana na ebetimi ama o ma na doctor say na ye emergency situation enu tu no mo de ma frontier enko ano yamba back bia council will comment be on ne no the amansa na yakọ Supreme Court election petition no
yeah the at a point no me say also I think they read that say a airport company no omo chiro come public procurement authority and a public procurement authority can say oh they be airport company air company na say do a bind by a private company omo fa procurement authority no enfanye adwuma emfa procurement law no enye adwuma so if they have their own internal procurement area omo fanye I think I heard something like that at that point so we are not using the public procurement authority law but the airport company being a private company they can go ahead and so by it's good say finally I mean whichever way a parents is here a bono yati so because a test baby is here $10, $15, and I Ghana the pre-coupe $150. I know the if it's possible, or my AGG almost says scan or your mom or refund.
Council, a good point, pan.
Your mom or refund.
No, my GG me $150 sabe do. No, Obia Obeshan or Potibia. No, so say no my any be
exactly. I didn't yes.
But don't say for your protection. I yet say a bit you $150 each and say.
Yeah, be there. Idea be agent $15. And yes, and you $150. Oh, you're married fan. A baby wapa. Yes, and you pisca. Yes, and as I if it were easy to make my son, you know,
that's why I'm even directors are no more company. No. Dr. Jalilu, who will comment the Supreme Court election on this matter?
Well, on the COVID.
On the COVID, you know, vetting. Now you can't vetting crowd, son. You the COVID no back home because this question, if you vetting a buy.
Oh, okay, all right. So generally, we make us vetting. Near eta si no hem say ebia na eta esi, and make us normally say vetting ebia minister designate eco parliamentar. Ma be bri wo parliament ewo ade a omo edi ehwese bia we are competent and we are competent. Sometimes we mean now so be so to me subjective, but the fact is that for year as citizens, you know, they are never be wa ehwese so be appear before the vetting committee. Say a do baby sometimes information be it's like namuka you have about 3 minutes about on a particular issue. Maybe more areas of focus on a particular then you have answers until sometime because citizens, you know, it's one way because here they say the only opportunity besanya and say be the next 4 years. And some of these maybe parliamentary vetting any name of no and also na eboa ema edi name of checks be ebani who say be over the period no say AC ebia this particular person now ya man di brain ebia nim die efa particular area ni nti sometimes do be na say questions ni bi o ho a ye bisa na answers no emma ha adwen because for the first time met me aka say bia maybe the last part of this I say bia my explanation so it doesn't mean say all the ministers now more eco designate eco you so they were not aware about some of these issues until they are say ha adwentino e bi so o say okay bia meko na masaba then for us as citizens no maybe that may be the end into me hu nia eco so I think that e bia parliament was say omo ehwe omo so ehwe na bia obi ba say obeko no assign aba then maybe the public should know obaye no eden na hifa na ekosi ye ntem se we kra meka aka hono no
me kwa me na me suggestion me na no ekọ good evening Ghana say ke be ye kra nka vetting na ekoso na say nominee bia na oh I don't know and I will check. I will supply the document. For instance, in the case of Honorable Ignatius Bafo, we are saying, or Castle make 3 million jobs. People made similar. You say, oh, could you to a black woman under President Mills, control Green Book, President Mama. So almost creating, I think 18,000 jobs or so. So that's evidence. Then they were into. I was say you to me standing vetting it down. Said I be me and train. Nominee the best here. Or China Bible to us. Supply the document. They to us. But chairman say, oh, supply is to us by the next close of day. Yeah, no. Yeah, part of the public, discourse. Yeah, to aban. Yeah, to me, some pass all the document about. Some farm my you. So I supply as the usuko here. Almost a document. So yeah, other people on my coin and the first time. From previous version, you say whether or not Oma provided the answers that were required.
Right, exactly. That's the point I'm making. So we'll be back because parliamentary affairs vetting committee, idea esumboma or minor because I know that it never be a bar in the air, but at that level, no, honor wouldn't mean could intro because we couldn't intro actually a bus was intro and also I was to transfer be a bonnet. And you know. Because obi bana obeka say bia ya create 1 million jobs and 3 million jobs because meti na make I say in the past meti be about 1 million jobs I be they say they are some moving that 3 million jobs evidence no e wo here and at that point I think say o can say o mutimi every say oh bia bia wa kwa do o say 3 million na and there my details no because me meti say honorable Haruna Drisu now Oma is okay. You fence give it sector by sector. And at that point in time, so be a mixer if they can just hold on with the distance for the person to come and then provide the evidence.
Okay.
Then we move on. Be a could do it. And yes, I will be a baby. Okay, me the baby. Then I just say no, I'm saying that a year na emwa.
Okay. Council member Supreme Court election petition so say a baby ayakoyi court rule say on ma kwan ye open case no. He fan yo.
Me that's I'm say Wednesday na and Supreme Court at Emma ruling on. What say why review application for review no that is petitioner no lawyer no. Why two first one, about say witness, witness, my mena or EC chairperson. Say Afia the own you know that can testify being. In the no or application say man testify. In the court to know boguye and also call for review. Not just a review no. And court no determine about that particular one that say. The witness, the fact that say file witness statement. According to Jukata, as or the statement of truth, HSA, and I also say, or one of the applications to the court applications application to send to the British, the affidavit or deposit or can say, obey man or ba ama and quenya say obey my cross examine. And the no now, no the chance, yes, our application, and I could do a call for review. And I review no so according to Supreme Court no the threshold I say the share want me answer meeting that is I say your special circumstance it is a error of law I say also miscarriage of justice and I say bia ade bi wo ho no mo asanka ya ma kwa asanka fabra na say ka unipadua mu ne unim ye bibia no ka yesa wo de bo antimi anhu amfa ama saa threshold ni saa no ma de ye review wo antimi amiti enti omubo anugu ye enti sia ba bia won say wasa ye appeal am so ye stay of proceedings e wo saa ho no enti da no na akoye twam twikakra enti lawyers no mo first respond and the second one say na stay of proceedings say yenyina bibia na de enti a wo ye ne ye 4 application for review no on 11th February application ebogi ase nya review it is a year through how we dia ene ye se ne ehu nya emut ye se emramu ye hu nimfa so ntina me metiachi katase na minim se addresses na e ka so mo mfaale no wonya mfaale no fi se bia ene na ye adwuma da se eda so wo ho na ye adwuma mana
addresses ni na ye
adwuma ya ka se obi amfa na addresses ya ye case na wie and ye ma order and ono nya mfaale of file stay and the stay no na minim say emu no o kiro say addresses ni na aka ho na go ka stay no so di anka e che say bibia nyina but we no ndi na ho na item but na lawyers na aka no say there be stay now here for this application for review that is say you must chairperson may testify and this no ni ho bi mu dia ene mfa so bi ani so ndi ho na ye kakra ndi but we ko no gitum say ampa o mo ka chen say ke be yanko no anka say withdraw nanka omo hu ni say withdraw has struck out nice year through
on withdraw the stay no
okay ana ono no ka say the court me o ma ka say no my do matwem the tie ni say wasa file another review for say na application say omo you open the case one say me the case no so we close it
okay
in the one say na wasa file
another review that would be second review for just the
and the no bi ntene na say me senior be bo me ho na me say ma adwene mu de yadru
okay council
nti yeah councilor kan no that's it so well maybe not just say team will be on
not necessarily say we team there but some processes we mu na ekoso no e different from 2012 e ba ne saying
okay say sisia ne edi kan yes samra no e ka say sisia no this current one no anka yendi asem no within 42 days ediana mienu on 42 days nti no ma court no e rush niema ni bi so be ya ye be biti deadline but on say see bro 42 days so yen wie but shedan say hwe at least ye be wie very soon nti nti no on say 2012 no on say ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni there was more time omura adaka no mu na ya kasa ye bisan question you and I were not there pink sheets near bebre about 8-9 months right but this time you see 42 days into 42 ninti no ama ye rushing ye money bi kakra so that's the main difference between it and then neto sumienu you see that the current petition no once so the main contention is say sisia no anka Supreme Court ya anka memfa say anka petitioner peneso anka Supreme Court say on the asem no omo aka wie that's near parties no person omo kan no yewura maama ene Jean Mensa ne President Akufo-Addo ne also omo kan obi aka wie nti anka bibia court ginanen say obi enko chro summary to say asem na esi no ne omutie on say Rojo T any Dr. Pesa White any Nyabuka o say I dance no mo dey buy no
the famous tea evidence
here pa Rojo say Rojo
the election petition we an kai we kra na nye tea no
tea dey here pa I to say okay President Mills ne Rollins dey no mo say ata Otabi ani
Ochati. That was in reference to 2004 and 2008 elections.
No, just say 2000 rather.
2000 elections. Oh, okay. Okay. After Swedro declaration.
Otabi ani Ochati. Okay, inti anka court ne say bibia ye gina ne say yenti ase according to the Supreme Court ne there anka adansidie ni no court na pon omo because Yura Mama the 3 witnesses nearby, okay? And now, easy say, Omunya India dancing in view. And now, your papa President Akufo-Addo also say, oh, they be all my Yura Macmenu and be dear dancing view. So on the record, no, anka going straight, no, anka a dance dingy into court ma order say, any obia enko trone summary emra. Into nature say, 3 witnesses na yeti omono. Obi abekire se de witnesses no aka asem na aboa omo Hanti petitioner be chere say oh near Dr. Pesa White kan no aboa me case no say near Rojo T kan no aboa me case no say na afi wo de mmra no atai chire han ne friend addresses no but if he say ye ma meje mensa I to say why U10 no I to say aha yira mama no na yira mama through his lawyers almost they be Supreme Court o mu say waje to mu say ye but ye no ye mpene ye patrara mrama kwan say ma ye kwan miensem bie yasem ni bio ye say bie internet say in court no sa apono no ye tumu a yetimi bie safo a ho aha but answer na ye be bie no e say wo say wo kire niam bi nti na ye wura jachuchi kata de be down court say omum bie because ne ya ma meje mensa ye no wadada omo okay enu ntina abra na anka na che say anka munim se obesesa na dwen a anka abra Rojo T kasa wie no anka omo di supina no tumu se omra omura adaka num nti anka that time no de anka ye nyire omo bebre because omo anoma yo magin so mu hia no sanso na anka omo di bankrata no mu first say omo hia no by supina ebi anka court no behwe no mo bisa isi se mo beba nti anka isi etimu e kasa ampa ye beba no ma ka kire yura mama ne lawyer say ene mo ntwen oba na mo bisa no questions no be if he say omo no di kan hu say ameje mensa atwere o affidavit no ne mo say ya me kan say wa kanta mo say kan say wedinse say obeba nti if he say yura chachuchi kata hu say mameje mensa edinse se obeba no say oh ene me mfa supina enko
okay
afa ekoduru ho a mameje mensa se oma nti won say ho no de I say it's cost a lot of every lawyer and kamekra I don't know about counsel say ono de obehu say dey be for the supina betuma obia uhu say nipa ne se obeba oh nya de a obeju
counsel no krese maame ne dinse se obeba because lawyers in be make argument say na just witness statements keke enya ade a no wa swear say obeba is not in evidence.
Assembly they say no cry ha mo me enka. Listen. The average lawyer they bear your court. Why not? If the work is easy, why do you want to complicate it? Two facts. One, in one of the affidavits, no, we didn't say interrogatories now. President Mama lawyers, the church kata the buy. We didn't say interrogatories with 12 questions to say 12 apostles see. En here train meba no we bisa me. Ewo is here.
On oath.
Yes, on oath. Okay. They can be asked in cross examination or no and no sign here. Say it can be asked in cross examination and the way. So okakase they can be asked in cross examination and I just say and every average lawyer will rely on it and no the yen can no cry. You so say me yen say na dia asema to obi no ono no ni nyansa they be court no me 5 days a week. You could be as a lawyer who said na nya dia obedwin say but if he say ni odia yewra mama nti say ama yenyina yesua nyansa nti e che say kwa churotum so that see the beya eduru so na court ebisa no nti o kasa obeba na court akese okay ene supina no enye edwuma ono asa obeba see anka considering say they see here for the first time no ehona on say utie commentary on the ruling na amanfo ntia say hwe let's get it clear near court near no it's a discretion yenti discretion nti say court ne say yes ampa mameji mensa we didn't say so beba and one
what did you to me say we didn't say so beba
yes, okay that's it there that's it there then number 2 patrol witness statement and no cry mum na sa kire say oba obi obehu ni mienu obeje say obeba
council asem enyan kan yo nti ho no hukum dodo
is that so? I thought no, the ruling has been given.
No, the first one, witness, witness statement. No.
Yes.
Second one, no, that is the application to reopen in the case, review. And the council, no,
no, let's. The application is to reopen.
Review. And no, review. And no review never pass on Monday. And no court remember.
Yes, but there are rulings saying specifically.
Old
ruling,
no, fine.
New one.
Fine. Because old can understand now. No, what's our borbos?
Yeah, so no, no. Let me get this point clear. There's already a ruling, say, okay, the court is saying that we will not.
Say old one now.
So the main point is say the better the simple point on it nature. Open say I to say Bible like Ukraine. On say one Bible, and so say was sorry, different. One Bible will be added in Tiase. Into the also say, a be say, Yura Mama say, Yenchia law no man, and I'm Pessia Cassie de be.
And yes, I know.
Yes, Anna, on Cassie Yenchia law man. It's just that I to say Bible back, and so too many churches, no. Sounds sooner, your patch and say, Sa law no, Ushe free or no na fan. I was saying, Mammy Jim Mensa Oba, because what dada will be. It's a certain thought in law. Sansuna will be better say, oh, Massa, they be entisa, me mentias, and they say, Adia, oh, yeah, and Kawana can also do supina ba, edi kind de ba, and sana, oh, boy, a man, say, and ya dear, oh, boy, a man, say, with you case. Okay, so all I'm saying is, say, while because or say, yen chia law, yen law from man, they be on tiase in law, no, one law. Obiane ntiase wom nti it's just that nature say asem na okano depend on who is the judge, you know, and could be buyama no.
Okay,
depending on who is the judge, you know, be buyama no say ampa adi nearby, you know, ya dada nti enu nti mpacho bra.
Depending on who is the
yes,
but consistently a unanimous decision.
Yes, so depending on who is the judge, nanka mambo betimi edinkunu. So in law no better say because you two we have different schools of thought. Obeti positivism. Yeah. Natural law, but sociological jurisprudence. Enu bi na ye adwuma no. Enu bi na nti na me. Is it likely say ye come review we be as judge si mienu beka ho a e betimi asesa adwene decision of the court. Enu the theory in prepi no. 70 a. Hey, say review e be sesa ye. So in theory no betimi esi. But practically there. But final point person ye ti asen say me nkujina ho say o say enye law from mano let's try and do a new no that same law no law na ya hwenti ya obeti say yes say two lawyers assemble ko o de mom we say o menti ase ni we say me nti e kire say sa law no depend on who it is no obi betimi ebua mama sanso na a different judge be bua tia yen ka say new law there's no need for any. It depends on the philosophy
of the court. Okay, but Dr. Jalilu, remember what Bemono Maya who policy, public policy. Sister Nana council come back council before who chair Bibi Abba said wadada obi. And I'm person chair my say what's the position of the law? There's also be the witness statement back. And then first and foremost the chair say obi adada obi.
Okay, good. So witness statement no ye jitum say or the bar and no enkyere say obeba.
Okay.
Yes, I know the
witness statement in Chese obeba begna that.
And Chese kenike obeba, but a Chese ebia obeba. Oh, ebia obeba. Okay, nti I know the yes, it's not automatic. But ba kuno odi say ube bisam cross examination e hono na.
I know there was sworn in evidence. Odi insist obeba.
Yes, you want us to reread it.
But you read him and say odi insist obeba because
I'm say Mr. Nyawo say the can obi an the perspective. The area adneka kwaye no waka so obeba. Baba na obeba no gina bibi so.
So obeba based on bibi.
Bibi because tie asema lawyer ne kan ya o say after say petition no close on the case. Omo hu fapim bia ana say bibi a woman ye dey say so beka. All that say I say oba be di dance. What can here? All right. But otie ne witnesses no adaka mu wie no. Ohun say threshold I can satisfy and I say you prove case no of such nature no. And me omo ma adwene mu no. Entesa. Okay. And there's no need so oba no oba be di dance. And nya say bia okan but time okan na circumstance no different. Na onyantie so mujina adakam enti eno so ho eno busa ne na o basis out the beka basis no so fapem an otie ne witnesses na an otie o mo o wie no o se me person media dance and the eno na open adjudicator kan section 26 of the Evidence Act so pay by conda na bibisa
But I don't know, on the opinion of Kotampa can say, I another now we subject to another accepted, because I say, sir, I say, oh, but me I can say, Nemuno say, Mrafu be or Honomoa. A man I want in now is a CI 87. I have a witness statement. And that's one man tell a senior kind. It is in a how be see a hunafa. And I doubt which my catch done. But as I tata man or kind, and you know, so no diginasono. No one who had done the deal, and I am Remusuno, and yet by 14 chinache. Some canty, as a maybe naso. And now application and then anymore. A different application altogether.
Application and
okay, you know. I don't know to serve interrogate. I say, who go through in some good crata, so now they are more busy on Yano and Sanya started trial. I know they can't ask them. And Tina, you prepare for any.
Until I know it's not in evidence, and now patches and advance.
Oh, you see, sometimes oh, you have to David, Obeka say, oh, that I process you are falling now, want to rely on it and not be busy. So, but the members of mechanism, time of making the position. That's circumstances, are different.
Okay.
No, any witnesses. And to a tear, you know who said no. And go for no crown, and I will be able to say, Unia, Ubi, I never court or non semoso, and I very new case. And the old bent one who said, oh, why no? So far, no, and the young are so Hano. Senko to me, dear beer. Be on not with I'm going to call him because Kujadakem.
Okay, but counsel, who I want to say, easy say. The entire Munko Nada can say, Oti and the opponent, a petitionist. When who say some more can and ya same beer, what say, Okojina crown not to Tonano. But that issue is the very issue pending before court. A petitioner in some. So because a respondent in some say, oh, I say more the Banya Assembly in us, so Timinko Nada come.
It's a civil matter. Election petition. We share 2013. A former offender retired, Adinira. Or can say threshold near somewhere above even balance of affairs, probability and as a preponderance, a bro so kakra. So I say, what's a bro? Not as a standard require no.
Okay.
It is all beginning that come. What can say will be a 50% plus one vote, and I say, oh, by so you busa one to me and chess and money now. And I say be a document you busa once a new hole. Nearly now, you busa or say, Utri o upuli station offense agent no o se an o train you and you go say o tapping sheet no o so will be and to fafin be na the back court o so be anya enti say o to ndi wan timi anya ada na obeza me na me jam na me ma o na court e man so me nyese me na ese me ka wasem ma
okay
enti wono hwe wie no hu say saa si na akwakoye ene me ha no enti waka but we say
by no so na chachu na mete doc Jalilu bebem na petitioners lawyers so your argument say to me ekuta electoral commission yes come from normal civil procedure disputes and normal petitioners and the respondents no nti sa to me no nkoanti no e wo se e de no begina adaka ma especially when easy kroya age atum se wadi mfum so ba akomienu bi because election is so crucial say article 63(3) no say also wonya necessarily half of the valid vote we move fan or more na wetin me be president ni eni say okom can you bet me allow the petition some and respondents some make say oh
share court at in more section 58 name say section 62 any other year ye bet me friends some media dance
okay
but e kwan am fa some person dey kwako gina ho and na SAB on best sana normal
okay
see the point is that the fact that say when yes aduma your constitution your case be briaman for yes aduma that be that ba say your court sa rule na nipa na be president da ho eno just intimi to samra e che say e so ono an o ye chairperson tie so kogo jam ne ye kasam na bra kwa una do wasma ba court
okay
tabi esa onim ni yes sa ye fapema e bi o meka se be presidential election dey e bit match samra anya sa dia yes sa fapema didi asem okomu a ni yes sa no
okay
and unless
it be distinguish like
and na make say you bet ma discuss but all discretion is say because obi na akokot say obia anya and who alleges you ought to prove on the onus is upon you when you say prove a case and anya chinchina so me na akokot dey say make enti sam na na dey aduma and untimi nka say on na ye chairperson ti wo ntimi anka wasem no wo be use on the akaka wasem abi me I don't agree
okay but point na we making is a friend saying kwanya petitioner say fa so aba no na ye wrong
yes.
but court no nka obetimi afa kwan fofo so ama easy abeja
obetimi no maka aka che court is a court na nkasa enso mfre no as a witness court witness
court no
betimi afre court evidence at the court at ewom e betimi afre no se mame asema abeto ye hiawo beka be yi nsem si anomai but se wa anya ne se una timi ne court no we advocate na otimi ka wa asem kire court no e such a way say ebia wo hu say de obefa so ne moa no we beboa ni ntie court so adwe
Inti at this point because petitioners they change your tactics.
Me da sana me no.
Omo no frame maame no. Enko omo appeal to court na court no mo maame no me na da
because o ka say we di ka di nsie nti. O di nsie na no ma bi ni ho no. O hu clearly because we are the other kind no. O be so be use no e dey establish case. Sana me hu no.
Okay.
Ana o so na do case ba court. Nti ada na ma hu say wanti because o hwe justice apaw. Ebusa say na mo data a mo compile wa hefa. I chese obi anya na wa. And no tea answer. Obusa question better. That is idea no. Na is a open so be na be your case ma. Tabi. And the senior come ya say lawyer be ko na de we ni be two obi so say obeba na wa use ulia. Ya. But emrem no sulia na wa yi no ono so o botaya na ono so botaya. Ah odi gina so yes sir because for who say so be gina adaka mu no. On say ma adanse di ade bae no. Yeah no. Me who say me ani kwasa me ha me ho. Senka so ampa say tio. Afia senka omutimi eye gina Ghana nim eye calculation pin sheet nie ani hu so obi anya me senka ma me na nka nya okwa nka me senka japa di mirika na ko jadaka
okay
bye
okay Dr. Jalilu kanso we hu baby a kana na ye more time kakra na me ko Dr. Jalilu Homra
let's read it briefly
any petitioners na fit no more file here no
okay you see your friend is
amended one.
No, you see, James Sankasa.
Okay. Okay.
So I say, petitioner prays in support of this application that I had indicated that the interrogatories were not necessary because the questions could be asked in cross-examination and attached my affidavit in support. You see?
If you go check out, or you see word could. Could.
Yes. Can you be near say cold never on manner?
Yeah, no, by that.
Cold.
Yes, the petitioner prays in support of this application that I had indicated that the interrogatories were not necessary because the questions could be asked in cross-examination. So, my person, the interview you say, or hand say, or no cry repeat, say petitioner no. I can't.
But say no, they never wash you. Cold, or you see the word cold, and I just say. On kind of face, chinchini or baby, you know that can move.
I may say, they be on assembly, but say now, we can't force a, I may say, Bible, if you want to understand this, one Bible, countless interpretation. It depends on who is interpreting. It depends on who is interpreting.
Okay. But council member, I'll go back on the public policy. Dr. Jalulu, this argument say, and for public policy. They na me busa council and say there are occasions when court na kasa kra to me say and oba on say there are also other countries it is America and Europe can you say marriage between a man and a woman and the more interpret your law and say between two persons so they don't care who those persons are not necessarily oba na ka court betimi aye bisa in view of public policy ana
me say enka bibisa eba ya me ma fa pa de ka me ka say enka ebeboa ye
okay.
Because elections now ye hold any near echo Supreme Court. It's just like accountability.
Okay.
This is na ye ka parliament there no. This is BBSC because in my view no who electoral commission no any the electoral commissioner and as me first the returning officer no say duty be e won so say be or discharges ema or mine no. Enti say aba na say so the question na bibisa na say nka nti ne e course throughout the election we nyina any say the results say omo asesa no several times in e nti nka petition kura anko quarter so na kire say answers be na ye benya so I was expecting say bia nema na akukọ so no a petition e ko ye no nka me ma fa nka me say e ko say nka the returning officer no obebu akonta ma oman no a me ma fa nka me say eboa I don't look at it say the outcome because at a very point in time biana at any particular point in time no or man pay back open na yebenya whether outcome no ebeba say best san bibia na yes bibi we go eh or man pay back na ebeba say sa yebenya mahama and sa na na kuku ado ewo but I think we should look at it beyond just say be a petition and say a respondent be na aboye because for me electoral commission no ewo responsibility bia and kai was say obu akunta ema oman no and through this petition no I say that do no expect say the electoral commissioner no nanka ya mano sa akonya no say ebia omra but ekof we say akoy say court system no sometimes adversarial so enti no obi apese odi nkunim nti se kodu sa na kire se timamufo na se Ghanaians no na kire se bebia nanka wo say expect say bia nema be ko na hu say after all the time now you spending the resources amount for 8 to 2 kwan so mo kwakoto aba mo kwotro mu din eni eyi no edan na efi mu ebaaye nti ne ekoso nyina ekosi say but for me for now no na kire say akulusi yes he said lawyers no make say the law is what the judges say it is and that's it is in the bosom of the but for accountability for policy no I think say since 92 yanya first innovations reforms that are particularly from 96 can be because of 92 near ACC year nti na bebre asesa and every election year na kire say ye tumpon ye koyinim so for this particular one and election be also about na bebre o ha which we say is the same thing but be so o ha and na be so asesa because we have in the 2013 petition and it is 2021 petition because we share the way the reviews now you know me say the other one no him say na ya nsheda anko
2013 petition na anye say
any reviews ni eko
because reviews sir for instance Baumyama ne ko ye review they threw some of his away
yeah who say because anti say no so the question that maybe I say maybe akosi so it means that for all the elections now I see na electoral commission want to me
account
to
okay but eno na mebusa wo hwe de unua lawyer pebu ne lawyer efense boama akana omo si law na omo de ye adwuma mo na mo kire political science kire governance kire one topic rule of law
yes
is it your argument say yen change rule of law no na yen go outside and creating new laws ana
no the rule of law no everyone say the law must rule people ana ade because emra eni o man mu a ede na ebetumi aye chaos na ebeba nti ehia emra de ehia but the make say if say electoral commission anya and this rule of na yeka you fine na make say be say na judge no eka no but it could also be say judges also it me a mistake okay mistakes it me ba so the point me can say so
one mistake no ba be yemra
I am right
binding on the lower court
abemra unless say be at another particular time maybe they may decide to depart from your friends near or my in a well but the question is say nka me ma fa idea nka electoral commissioner no and as the returning officer no e ko na nka ye hu say na ACC ye and going forward no na kire say ya osunya bibi eno so be boa ye na ya sesa enema mu eno so betimi aboa ama even emra no kura no ya sesa no because emra no edu baby na say emwa etimi sesa no 2016 video na ye it take it be 8-9 months this time because of pressures ni course ni we nyina you know you say em family 42 they say 42 days no kura no they say I say akwache so it means that the possibility say maybe the next one no make say oh okay instead of 42 you know why won't we make it maybe 90 days maybe about 3 months so now within that no they tembia no yes say enema mu until for me no say bibi be ba best sir I think say a returning officer no na say bibi say petition say eba na nka ya nyam to say na nya afarijan e busa no because eduru be even some of the issues no e be free various polling stations even the chairman no kasa no may not be privy to some of them but because as the head no I was say or responding to some of those issues until eduru so am say na ehun 2013 no eboaye ama and then society be ebaye the same thing nanka yenyasa akonya yinso say mami je mensa nso eba eya ebeboa ye irrespective of say ebetimi asesa the outcome and as ensisa no ba em say for me em say nka bibisa eya ebeboa oman no nyina.
Until you don't care about their lawyers, they can say a more strict application of the rules or court to say.
For that one,
is saying procedures.
Yeah, those.
Let's reconcile this. No, canon. It's also within the law.
It's within the law.
Yes, that's the sociological jurisprudence. Society, what's the problem?
Natural
law. Yes, so those ones, and also in America, it depends on the decision maker or no the school he belongs to. It's also law. It's within. Okay? Yes, it's within.
But they argue as the spirit of the law, no?
It's within.
Okay.
It's the school of thought.
Okay.
So with say the judges don't belong to the school of law that would say that, oh, that school of thought say they should give
legal positives.
So
but it's possible to say another set of judges are and it's also within the law,
yes,
as you say.
Me
person emphasizing this point because of this. I even went to argue about in the view of future elections, transparency, accountability, any public policy.
That is law.
The way I was bashed said that the law is the law, study the law well and all that.
The law, the law is the law, and I say that's positivist. Only the end that whole piffy no, men for bibia. But the same law no, it allows say, hey, share the intellectual law, the intellectual law nichi. Into koshe law nichi na intina niamoka transparency, accountability any sadia any omra and also law.
Okay, but counsel, how about the argument only Abema make it earlier saying a strategy petitioners no lawyers nankasa they come before the court and come appeal to the conscience of the court itself. So court nankasa use in discretion no only easy nomra as against the we're close to case then you go behind we're close to case so there be petition and omra made that can say petitioners use to omo to me bringing to bring easy no as against say court no one kasa to me to order the witness so made that can near dance here.
Yes, the value is the same. The value is the same because lawyer Boama Ekano said that section 72 says that the court may so motu into court na kasa timi de nepe efre nipa no into wo hwa ne lawyer Boama Ekano into court ne de nepe the lawyer Boama say any petitioner ne cost record ne say fa ope the entire me say the value is the same no say petitioner and their cost say oh every judge say mrama ye kwai say your case no yen san bie nti me bie so what I'm saying is that the arguments now omo dey call say court mo mo kwan mo san bie omo asem no na omo frɛ ye ma meje mensa no is the same as ne omo dey be cost record no because I'm actually looking at it. I'm trying to remember cases. So much on the omo form pay. So I'm thinking, sir, yema petitioner, the way they've seen it, that they would rather go and appeal to the judges. Internet judge, over say, yeah, Papa CJ, or say, this is something an application for our discretion.
Okay.
It is
still the same.
The value is the same.
Council, now point to be an person making. Council, my fix a microphone. Said about o kasa na betimi ababo nti ma meka mo se obi do ba Afia France and o kasa bonjour Afia adusi mehwe mo pa na is good education and na lawyer Martin Pebu ne ebo ama ede maye no cause afena ye te enema bebre say adwoa ekunadu ma fo no sister Afia mehwe mo pa live na me person ka obusa Dr. Nsiansare maye about sike bi o mo ka say ye health workers me ade no enkomu betua edi amai ye de beko radio so nyampa Monday Elizabeth naki na te no say nyakopon shampa yese obi aka na adwene ade ne de enye ni nyina na ye brofo o say de brofo enye ye kasa no nye Ghana ni bia no te brofo o kan in the case of vetting na o say ma omo kwan say de na lawyers ni bi ka no na obi ebetimi aka say mekwa koka ga say ka okobo ye fa na say meka ga obi se meka ebe obi se meka twi e wo right say nka e ma no kwan e ma oyesa Samuel Japan no say I'm watching live from Bema camp a good job and am oye no obi a kwan say o express no especially o say ma express o mo ho a ono de or so any pa Sule Mosa no say that is why we should all use our local language in Ghana. 50% of Ghana for no can say about 80% of Ghana for enka brofo no. And so we move 40% per and a brofo na brofo for no and na ehemra e de ama Ghana for na e ka no no statistics and our kano. Prince Michelle MC no say madam, I totally agree with you. Say any English and a show competency, but my question is then why is our education system denying students to tertiary education? Say brofo and no me ba. Inti say unya D7 in English yeah ma unko. I say that question to me. But you maybe Professor Kwati mo no me in charge of curriculum no. E dey am King Solomon say if you are good morning. How I come see even the definition of fish farming kwa we to me anka. I say if you I disagree with the argument say on what basis and all co-ministry ho see ebusa simple fish farming that's way to me nya no how akum say no all coin was we there she's a professional teacher and he was a professional teacher na say wo corner wo express who say ya and na eno so asem man of the question no and na nyame Lord say I'm watching from North Kaneshi last of him yankopo ehyamu and nana kumi nana kum and say if I disagree with you if you are going to an interview at least prepare yourself before you go into the interview. Into unko interview na ansa na waka say the dog brako beka ye ma unko ho ansa na wa bekire de okwa ye ewo adwuma nim. You have to prepare yourself before you go into the interview. Na na ekua santoa no say if you are a good job and na wo ye ewo anope. I like your analysis but I really understand adwuma wo ye. Jacqueline Winfred Potino say if you are invited to a ministry for an interview catch almost enye brofo na wa uduru ho a na obeti se mu journalist mu call no enye brofo na mu do interview na wolente awoga and also them why you adwuma no pa Ras Mukando say imagine this woman at a conference of ministers of fisheries na say hampo na fish farm e kra wontumi define ya yebusa at a conference international conference for fisheries dear asem and aweka or say if you stop this your defending of this minister wow kwambia so ebo church and also good morning Afia I'm watching you from Akosomo this Saturday morning show party I can't miss it every day be a critical issues me share unu production team especially panelists no good job and I omoba ebeye emaye no and Kwabena Lashes and I say Nanado 1 to 10 I don't know president. This is a bad cry. He lie bad. He cannot bring us I don't know ministers and think that we accept I don't know. Sure. I'll say I would now dip my kerosene into a special cane. Ne drew one of my sure in the next election. AU Farouk Watamale no say good morning Afia and able panel no indeed it is quite disturbing the kind of ministers are president no afa omo and to the vetting committee to be vetted. Some of them have shown dramatic and disgusting posture. It doesn't merit their approval. Kamenkwa and appointment committee no should deal with them. Evelyn Aye Afia no say it's about her managerial skills and yet brofo managerial skills na omubusa no ewo appointment committee no says boache dankwa no say madam each machine has its own functionality. Don't ask questions like a grandmother or the you mate Bismarck so not never hate those Bismarck o dey related to here the entity you befa another person. Raymond Roy Bocho no say if you are wearing a suit you are not making sense. Oh. I'm not the one under discussion.
That's democracy.
John Takodiado, and also owing to controversies and sometimes undertones of political bigotry that occur at the appointment committee. I think there must be clear contours and the remit on touching on the meaning of the appointment committee. Yes, sir. The Omunye will not know. And a abante we comme la vie Amozovi and I say good morning Vim lady, I like your show na please I have something to tell you, please allow me to tell you but you go ahead but one fan count set boache dan kwa account messages no aside libi akaken George no say good morning Vim lady no panel no me wo Doha greetings and come me yere Obapa Roda Afia Pokua like George just also wish you don't know thank you so there no aba and Abdul Hafiz so see if it's not English then Ghanaians should just choose another thing because English and ye kasa ye de kasa ntidi empa ne ye ka no ato bisa o say if you ask one question at a time na ma doctor siasa enyi no pacho no time no and na BT enti na mentumi anko vaccine asem no so to bia time niti no we must work within a certain framework and na if you Pokua boachi no say if you UK ha no ye tua 1700 for hotel for test inti kacha Ghana for say to de bia omuso nya aboche no mu ja complain no mu complain no Robert Akli o say we want leadership enye brofo nti e brofo nko ade anka bi no mo okra anka yetumi mo mo kra emeye adwuma abrante ba ko so send message ba mo amaka meka ho de council ma ye o de nti ye ko point
na meka me pesa meka say enye se me fo dog asem so say yema ma me nimra na o me clear doubt ti me de me mpa me boni se court no kasa betima tia o mo frɛ no na ensem bi e wo ho no mba eso yifo me ma me de me hu ni say from day one o hwe how even cross examination e on record how is he busa petitions no witnesses no say omo from day one but me say so din ketia say ma me no mo mpe na asem bibi o mo ka na asem enti ono so ka say an no mu ndom so mu gina so mo ka
o say dun ka say
adakan say ombusa no yebisa no question say from day one o ka say mo retrieve mo ka say mo mpe no say an o yi ni na no enti ebi o fa no say bi o mpe so mu gu na ni ma na bibisa de wo ho no o mechem nche Ghana fo ni na afei na enkoye say ya ka asem na wi but emramu de da ho enti bi no we this one I'm subscribed to the natural law advocate for say at least on the positive for no emra any immorality emfa so far as I am say senior kaya no emra say unze wo hwemu anka ani so de anase ya brabo mu aseta de ka wo hwemu ami se nka wo na wo ya de ka wo ko but emra mu no omo lawyers no judges na treat towards legal positivity say emra emfa oni say any morality share na say share like da ho but me say for the sake of say be clear doubt e won ko fo adwum na enko ba say ye be wi asem na akoye say oh ye kan no dwane na bibisa so say ene ekokoduro no benya me pese court na nkata emfred na nka omuntu na no na nka yanyi sa de ni mfo
enye petitioners kwa court na nka
yes omo was out to me no but a crime one the crime for some friend ne ban eno na bet sa no ma bibiri e na me no mo nyaadwe kwam fa some friend amene so media dance ene kwam fa so ene na me ne omo mfa starting from witness statement clearly rules no ho no untimi nka na unya no ho no sa anko because obi a say senior kai no witness statement na enye evidence until
witness statement
enye evidence
enye true say witness is not admissible
it's not say admissibility there
yes say obetna
adaka na wo swear udin see anywhere eno no come raise objections no normal issues of relevance no normal area na omo adopt we answer about evidence enti eno untimi nka say won say ati ono kra gitum say eno kwa no nka asa say enti mum ye nhwe no man na ye nka no say enti nya say bia bese ma me ne ban enti na no ma bibiri wo na ye bubu ye ne egutu na oche dan law na engofo omo tena say rules affairs court committee omo ye na say omo adwuma na ya ne bibiri
sa laws rules we new rules ya mo de adwuma time be na mo ye sa rules
unim o share 2013 petition a delay omo the application of joinder e dey be ka ho e dey way ba e di Marietta obi for yes ana omo tena cia 99 ana omo sa na te dey a yenyi sa na omo ni nan free wo including interrogatories na Supreme Court kan e di yenyi sa da be ye be contempt na no so na achisi ya no omo de ba ya no so na asa be the other side
former AG under President Mahama
Marietta omo year 2016 2017 na do ba ya no omo came into force.
I see.
So what else? And you know more debo. And you asem no car na. Sometimes we can say be ya share there be but man obi na ye to honum. Ana nipa ko na so abetom. Ana ye di bi kakra di no.
Very interesting that you pass under Marietta na time no law no. Ebe ye emra. Na petitioners na so call for ka say no be anke em flex
eh na what was that? Because amendment cross say the no. Amendment cross not allowed. But I'm say one of omo allow omo and the correct some it's a
because no the court no to me no
yes sir komo ko sia na kana komo mpene because omo ka say this wa wo ba no parties are the ba no fabra because o hwe ya ayi no kwa di be 3 months join the application and no kwa rule kwa be over 60 pages so edi omo ka say this time around say onim you see the moment court on my asem say o court no e create tension and the Supreme Court no based on policy reasons no man no and omo me sure say court committee rules no omo judges dem because be ka ho me nkan omo ye but definitely omo kan omo dos and omo na ye because omo say no ade we yes ye born de nyimfo na omo an nkura ni because retarded progress ye kwa say na obi ehu de ye ko tension okro ni mu e de na ka no omo ka say 42 days e de afi de ya wie na say de mi ebi kakra e diwa so na afi no so aye I said the person who soon be brino. Oh.
I know person who be Doc na me say about what about issues now raising they say and can be na council crime ya sure and say e wo law nim just jurisprudence say can court betimi aye ne saa so do you think say ya anya ne saa say the ekoi e betimi affect subsequent election because I say USDB half of the population were adwini bi me hu nkofobia even on social media and other places so and judges now your madwin dada and asem kra ye ni nwie nti ade na mo ka ne saa no e ho na me pe wo adwen che wo
no kra sa lawyer bu ama e ka he no say edu bibia na bi o yi doubt bi every doubt bi every wa eboa ema ye kanko no and I can send be nso say nka court no kra betimi Afia as a court witness. So and also for like electoral commission so anka wono so ye independent body no kra no nka me ma fa no san ke bia nka second respondent kra na nka oppose as an independent ayi na mo aye mo ayi no nka me what about say e bia okay as electoral FSM returning officer and meko na makoka me ejuma me ye independent enti minni obi afa meka koka ne ya ya bisa questions na the judges and also am say ebeboa dan ebia that are you from even the commission kasa say ebia no you be resist ye enko ebia ye compel enti no ebia me enko enti am say some of these things no ebetumi aboa ama ye fe say new things na tembia ebenya elections no ye deba no ni nyina no betumi aboa enti for me the commission no me say bibi betumi aye na say electoral returning officer no beba na ayi cloud offense ayi some ayi bi na e wo ho commission ohun say oso wonko che say bibi wo ho nti na wonko so ehun bibi wo ho nti na wonko enti to clear all those things no na bo aba questions e be bisa wo no once onim say o ejuma ye dey asha me say e dey a mistakes in 2013 errors by yes transpositional errors any
2013 errors by
yes our petition
so by na we can say affected
elections
the candidate to the vote ni so until this time round so nka otumi by na say who say problems bi na e wo ho no na ya shemuke na so e na betumi amaya tumpo by Kobasa Bia, I say Bia, the petitioner push say, bra, Namimbusa Asem, and to Memma, and to naturally say, Ubi or Cassa, ha, Emra, Ubisu to have a casso, nature and Nucre, Asema, I can't say, or ye BB, and a Nucrentin also on when him say, BB Noir, some call Babeka. So, until there's at certain point in time, no, I was a friend saying, some cloud offense, bibi ebata wono yetumi eyi efiri ho a ema ye kan ko no eboa yetumi hu se bia bibi ya do yi this is how we want to go na ya sesa enema bebrem ya no so the confidence bi nso be ma electoral commission no because say no wo so ka say ese de nkati ekwa no so on trace so ehu ena ni nyina nso no ye wo nyina nso ko share even the appointment of the appointive authority nankasa near or appointed electoral you know yakwa say oh because this person no be sympathetic to maybe my cause until we appointed no so the other side no who say Charlotte or say by na from the NPP side who say some first conflict any we nyina e wo ho ono ekoye nana kufuado nso appointed so NDC for nso so ohon so another say if you say near or appointed the electoral commission, you know, I was say yes, share those independent bodies, no
shraj,
no, say to me, a free, if I say a presidential appointment, maybe say independent body be made up of various groups, including civil society. Now my thing say no, a boy SN because so long as a president be appointed, then there will be say the president will not go and appoint. The first will be a 1 year recently a special prosecutor there or NDC ni ya appoint no eventually ya huni AC so the next time so president eko appoint here will he go and then appoint someone now? So, but I think say some independent commission bodies they'll be responsible for the appointment of Idmoa, so that membership could be people from various area almost said that any say.
And solve this long-term suspicion of elections.
But it will be better than the current system. Say president be appointed. So once we appoint let's say only know BB begin to be appointed. To say petition say a problem. If you Supreme Court judges and Kasakura appointment is the same thing. So once a president appointed, obi to be okay. So say. Oni no bia woni no wo yinkuta hodie bi ntina wa appointing so ya asem kura hokura enya yi beba beduru bebi na se obi e wo that mindset no a eduru so okay nkoto kura me nko minim se me kokura nkrofo ya omo wo judges yi e bi enye me na e bi party na appoint o mo ntino ye ko ha ye nkonya eyi. So some of these things, let me say, we need to go back to look at offense and say why not be appointed. That could also help us.
My papa can comment, final comments on how a same way, what the 2013 election petition, 2021, they a bit me affected governance going into the future. One of the examples now, one man say, a bear and Kenya different body be a bear appointed. You see, not at the we in a kind of expression, whims and caprices of Abina or Tiakunyans. So then, yes, I did be a suspicion. After I don't cry, I didn't cancel me. Yeah, papa ways, judges don't quite know who you mobile. Because in the case of Justice Atuba, no, ye lead a on no, presiding judge, my boy.
I could wear a presiding judge. No, the man. Oh, no, the man.
On say, but be a pap minim. One more time, papa, any just that took back. That's any paboni. A bony din sans or ending. Just any a bonny in the anime. Oh, I don't know.
Just any about the church cut and after our grantee interview. Again, it's on record. That was TV3.
This current 2012.
2012. Okay, and okay.
No, but let's not even play us.
Some of these comments.
I don't know. No president goes to appoint his enemy.
But council, can sir? How about judges, sir? Minim judges be to say, oh, but council, he will be to say Justice Tanko, our Supreme Court. President Mahama, they didn't promote him to Court of Appeal.
Oh, yeah, no,
President Kufuado, Justice Appeal. Justice Appeal. President Mahama promoting Professor Mills. Cry, answer President Kufuor. Inti, Omunina, inti, you can't say, oh, we are we know destroying justice delivery.
It's natural that
they
be not this. It's natural that sana amanfuti. Nye Ghana hankwa bibia. It's just it's in the nature of human beings. It's in the nature of human beings. As long as we have different philosophies, different schools of thought, and the most important thing is you say, oh, judges, no, and then the country is holding together. Oh, say, you see, there's never be where you're doing say, oh, and you be but the fact say, Ghana, say the country is open, be to me, Canada, hey, bibi womupan, and intina, the nation is holding together well because which makes rewading. Baby or her ultimate yes, sir. Okay, so I think that when citizens are doing this, compare America, Britain, baby, I use as an enemy free. Sa na ete.
But council, where an officer of the court in the case of said the lawyer Boama can say, the lawyer Chachukata is senior most a member of the bar, not Okokan.
And the previous one, that is 2013.
Yes, Okokan, affected said the uncle for junior or more, ever court no. Go kind of back home, be the attorney to more.
Ah, yeah, now can say 2012, no, say justice have to go back. Some of kind, sorry, and the judges, and the judges. Sir, it's part of. We have to accept, say that's the way citizens are.
And more so when it's political.
But the most important thing is, you see that this country is very integrated. Osha, yeah, you know, one thing that saves us is that because we are very integrated, Osha nipa bibrea or mami. This tribe, you know, Papa is different. We will always hold together well. So this one, they just let it be.
And I can't say what was the euphoria and the tension in Nakrakofo.
Perfect.
Because we got corporate, I'm telling you, it doesn't look like it's a normal business. And I said, when I make a I so normal. I'm up for crowd now. It's like
But also there's a group that is also calling, say they should start picketing at the Supreme Court. They should start doing things. There's a group that is saying that.
If you want to see, it's a very good point that council has brought. Lawyer Boama Diaba. When we say, look, when we say 2012 time, no, that time, no, because let's say the Western world was not yet sure about our democracy. When we say during the petition, no business people were not investing. You see this time, everybody's moving on. Number 2, election year, foreign direct investment. Hey, they be FDIs, no, because we say BBC. But we say last year, say it even went up despite COVID. But the last year, university cost. So the main point I'm supporting Lawyer Boama, or can I say, the country is just moving on. It shows that we are growing stronger and stronger and stronger.
Dr. Jalu, how is Adewe likely to affect the action elections? MOB nyana say be do election any election petition. Promote violence, basa say atinga be atinga de be CBI de be face so a polling station and accommodation center na ye be basa we will not even go to the Supreme Court na.
Say friend say near Supreme Court ene no ebi oho ase eni kura abeda na mra into the next 2024 say petition bi because say no obi an hu say oh ebia say election eduru na ye bo abana na area na je say untumi en compare say the returning officer say omeka ana say bia at what point na obetumi abasa bia obesupi na onipa no bia won twen
tini ebesua say this obebanten
until I say
close your case in term because that question to about radios me busa no say when the catch chachuka so closing the case then no closing the case after just 3 witnesses
nobody was expecting
exactly enoni asem
ntia no person omo yi respondent that you on isulia
because I said that soon bisa as obi enu so say
obi expect say jamais obeba obi expect say obeba na say they could do say also ma na bibisa kwa ya
na wa ma no e o fapem tira wa ma me sesenka omutimi ya disu enough evidence e calculation no court ekuta pink sheet ni bibia ye na afa ka me se ma me no kodimika na be jan e dia mo ye nka na ye nya ntatrata asa wa sheda
because sesenka evidence na nka me prove
yes
you say no e no kra na be force say obeba be kana say
be do prove say shift
yes
so hwe de ekona automatically ba be da so say no e say bibi nya sa asem no e go agu so
inti mpacho cancel time achachu friend in Crawford and said the na lawyer Martin Pebu kano once o first witness and to me ambema is exactly before the court odo baba jama be deny say omo pink sheet omo dey akoto court na nim say obi enya 50% but baba jama
witness secretary na ehun yo say omo dey touch na say na wo court anka just pa unko ntimi sansa ho nka mebusebusa sa say
ya one thing about ayenso ano election na pinchi kakra
bi on the vote party nangaza and ibusa so din keja say sample na se bi sample party comport sample asem we no
na aba we say I don't know assemble kwa ya yentimi nka be say can say this case no it's more important for electoral psychology.
That is it.
Electoral psychology no money anti campaign na cost no. Campaign na cost.
Oh, no, almost prepared, but it's not every one.
Okay, yeah, campaign for 2024, not necessarily to change any UBI.
To add to senior and said the ban. I'm hoping say court on me no. Court be make it clear recommendations a binding going forward. Say declaration, we say declaration, we share constitutional declaration. At what point does it take place? Oh, and we say and said that discretion and the young say now say if you have to even amend C99 say young chairman in na kramransa but this is tension beba. Well, and we got to say this election, our share petition is about declaration of the result. And the honor, some reform, information, I buy, say certain errors, crown, and said that matter. And do the mobile court, abande all those things can yes can na beba enti omfa omni wa yimra na going for nti na me pese na obi ka se on pese o me withdraw for me ba bia duro no ehunya yentie don beka definitely you say anyansa for me ensa no benso no e bi beto paper so ka say ni e wo mu say ehwe mu say but ye ko forward no ye to aba na mami anasa papa wo ho make sure say sa di say e wo and enya ka wi na establish your case law na e law
perfect we abo ma kama that's
I can't come Dr. Lulu. But your point, you know.
Yeah, so basically I'm say I think say still you need the best option is be a BBC be ban ye be court. My group and to be I don't think say na waka like people e can say Ghana no ya be integrated. Oh. Yeah peace no ye sumbo emaye. You nim say nema bi akukọ amman pi. But at least ye need be cry it mean asumdwe kakra nti eno so ama say ye bogana who say ye so Africa no ye di kan ana ye kan ne omo edi kan nti no bibi a betumi still hold on. I think say enye mistakes ni we num nyina beba but I think say eba eno mum na beboa ye ama ye kan kono ana say be ko so I don't think say be pempesu be obi be ka say be wonko we shouldn't get to that and I think say we can still learn from near I see lawyers no omo from the petitioner side no there never be or so omo besua respondents so never be so omo besua and I'm say judges na nkasa kura never na even though omo rule be say be 9070 but there are certain things so otimi say from the petitioners lawyers no our marriage no I say all those things no e betimi inform if there be beer ebeko in the future. So I think that we'll still have our country, we still have our country per se okay. So I don't think say beer adisua ni nyina eba eboaye kwan e befa so e betumpo but the only thing now make eka say law no dey ma function in isolation. It must the first say law no say eboaye society na enema akọ kan enti me be a point no pa there enka I say mama ya mensa beba as a court witness so and anything na betimi aboa
as long as she's in the box
no ebeboa because ebeboa clear so many things enti no na be ma the first say clear na be obi abehu say oh sa bibie eni ho and say ebi na bibi e wo enti no emi say ni nyina eboa ma ye kan ko
la Martin Pebu say baby what is the next step for the court?
So Monday, let's just say Afia review application, okay, on the fact of whether the witness can be compelled, right?
To
reopen the case and then to compel her through subpoena to come and testify. Until Monday, na court.
Until Bacho church steps, court ebe ruling on the applications to reopen. And sana wasa there must be another application to subpoena.
So properly
if it is granted.
Yes, so it's conjoined. Okay. Let's say or man can say be in assembly be man. Let's say hono so no man to say okay any cover subpoena no bra. Okay. Inti ano na ye hwe no. So you can see reopen ni let's say one san ye man kwan man nsan frɛ obi foforo man be dia dance. As I nipa ne ye ma me Jane Mensa.
Okay. Council Patrol Chairman asem mu nipa 3 na petitioners from more as witnesses. Na petitions bet me aframe more witnesses ana.
Yes, but until the general answer is yes. But court ni hu say e bia wo the witnesses do e na aba. Nso ye hwe witness statements no mu a enipa du ni nyina assemble ko no pese omo kan court ni timi twa so say dey be ene e be ma o miensa pe. So there are two answers. Oh, and then I imprepare amanfo e was here kan nyina the general answer in law is that obetimi afre witness do bia ope nanso say oba be from no ye de obia witness statement ba to say nyame ncha de before a witness be ba no ordinary statement be ba nti say court no ne lawyer no other side no omu hwem no omu say na yewura judge ye hu say asem ba ko no mu nyina nipa du nyina ba beka ene o mu se mmara ma kwan se frɛ number bia wo pɛ no mmara no so se judge no hu se nipa ni nyina ba beka asem ba ko a ene o ntwa so so you see how the two laws go together
and I'm for grant ba ko no se enye the number of witness be be frɛ ene be ma wa asem no ya akoyi ama obi ko atimi kokko ni hwe so court no etimi oni lawyer e bi asida ko akodu Supreme Court ono nko ankonam rebel
ankonam rebel the ankonam rebel okako Supreme
yes
1,000
yeah
witnesses
for 1,000 brand as asem ne nya enye
me na me busa this question when in respect of say said as a petitioner so ho akire with the closure of case no why na ma chachu advice on close case no because na by force on be close case na
yes when close here other side no
on to me ma
okay I was say I was say finally
close at a point
so it's a technical point also be one no now catch the judge say oh my lord mpacho me case no me wie me close and sana ya frɛ other side and say almost umra
council one earlier now refer to rojo as T. Do you think say petitioners also dance for no witnesses and shut down mo ana
I know the
ebe contempt
exactly now contempt so be there here say look any can contempt they say so far at least with the witness we say Ghana we are making progress so me that's what excites me especially the fact that this time tension no nimusa no you get up and you say oh democracy always at times I to say oh I don't know but if you look at it it's good so it's very very good those are plus it doesn't matter even what the court will say fana also you school and so we are developing as a nation
council mama your final comment na for fan community on the Supreme Court generally whether who will be in expectation said that should be if we be to me shape legal procedure
be definitely say judgment in ba nyame yad me na lawyers for be suade law lecturers be suade political scientists be suade asofofo so be suade obi a be suade na yenya bibia frim na ye koyanim enye den a no ba ko bi foforo be ka ho na ye de ya disua nti da bia na ye ya disua na ye koyani ye ko on say democracy dey no ye so fluid nyina and ye koyanim na ye consolidate ni more na emu ye kamu na jete eyedin I say Afia ebedu me bi kwa na otu se court kra wo kwa na ye ya unu say normal enya de bia say criteria bia because the eternity in the sana mbeze be ka to bia nya bote na me emfa emotions be brave touch
mama ka message Dr. John Feno say Afia me chairman on panel very good discussion na omo ye ntia chia omo nyina ema me na lawyer Akuto say Afia good job na panelists ni in fact and I enjoy discussion no epa council mama ko hansa na makodo ko hono final comment
okay so I think basically Nadia we say me lawyer Abu but we have the same train of thought yes a lot of the things we share in common so basically the petition is good eyepama yamamudo and petition eyepama yamamudo because dia yebesua nema bebre free mu so yamfa no saa nti obia ye stress abotra ye me yankoye ntokwate se ne obi ka se omunkoye picket ne you know there be this time there's no tension nti nya afi na ye the tension ne beba okay Ghana is going forward we are growing stronger and stronger until bien sum be okay
doc
right I think me so mean the party from there me you know so e kan e bia enche bia court case no beba ruling no bibia beba abesi eyi enti se ba eno han se ye besum nia eyi na sa me nua bo ama so lawyer bo ama e kan no ye ade a e wo se yesua enema bebre efirimo ebeboa even judges no kura omo de decisions no eba no ebeboa omo ye timamfo so ebeboa ye lawyers ebeboa obia ntinia ehia ne se ye ko enim no asumdwe no ana obia amfa nia ye deda answer na elections no abeto ya no elections de ye tinkwamu a elections no ye behu elections no bebre ba se ko na ekoye ntokwase mu a na kire se nia ya ye over the past 20 years no na kire se your best bibia but me o gidie say bibia ya do here am say e be ko yenim.
Ramina Masipa, Mama Reese, Amasamai, or see if you are enjoying this discussion. In fact, and the lawyers no, and the doc, or Mama Yenya education, papa. Dr. Nsiasa, request on Nuclear Free Line, so I enjoy discussion in Tiafancha, Emma, and Pennyfonia. Chubisi, I say, if you are enjoy discussion of Chef John, as I say, also, share now my feedback, Vonnie, and more sugar them Ghana, a page in good job, and more, and also pork chops near there. Mama Reese say, millet kinky or the we supply because said them perifono abo and common omunyina any aje wisdom awizi nokulim not if you with lawyer Martin Pebu in the studio. You always give us knowledgeable discussion because I just like Papa no so much. Say debi obebe biano mu say Monsieur Bebre efri no honti sheda chia no kese pa mama me the rest of opano ni nyina because no mama a very intelligent discussion ya yetie no Monsieur Bebre efri wo mo ehonum Willie P no say if you are why are you comparing apples with Doc Jalilu o quote na me dey to one say for the sake of never be growing till almost obi see or no onya comparing apples with oranges. Eric Obedia no say well he was compelled to give evidence and as on one echo in adaka no kan in the respect of Afrajan they say Afrajan ankasa e no ko so obi na share no so onko adaka nim na Godfred or say, but certainly there hasn't been any evidence or projections from the petitioner to the effects. Say error be okay. Error 2020 election, unlike the case of 2012 elections, petitioners to show said there were credible evidence. No, or say petitioners we know. Omintimi enye sa crime. Nya dia obekasa. Kwejo usu no say if you say some na nkofo ka say any idiot can go to court. Na dey obi ehun say it's not possible. This wadwumu da hopa wa ben ansa na court kra no wetumi akọ because nya sa calculation kra no ebeyo ono so ne dey no. Kojo no say if it happens nobody will go to court with evidence again no inti catch them penifo no say yeah ma obi nko uni evidence a umba court inti entumi force court no say mami je mensa ni isi so mbejira adaka no emu na Lord yeguso o say I agree with Dr. Jalilu pa say enka isi onko jina box nim Charles na or say if you want the fire burns you automatically come into the witness box into the munja James and eja no ehina obi anka nchen say omra box him say the lo aboama ekan ye no obi Brown Dennis no say please madam good morning please I think Baumia evidence no force the EC to enter the box into unya evidence ya untumi nka se chenchen na EC no onko gina adaka into asem we chair Dr. Jalilu and na wise up or say if you but this one the minute Dr. Jalilu enye adwene shake we have the adane nyum say fox going into the box ni adia won say kofo be social media. Abdul Razak no say remember he was confronted by the petitioners with core evidence and we see the man Dr. Frejan kwa adaka nim na wan fa core evidence aba nipa no story keke emetna adaka nim emma wo petitioner na wo de asem no aba no kojo eje general say if ya she should enter the box my junior sister let them bring their figures to prove say there was an error and yet before the EC will enter the box and Roger was he didn't have any option but to enter the box in 2012 na idea option no honum nti ye mo bi enter the box just because petitioner na person nipa no enter box no Shadrack Mensa Hammond say if ya MPP showed their contradicting results to the EC that is why Afrajan called adaka na we dey no mo dey aba ye nti chinchina a mo pese omukọ adaka no emu no eno ne asema me dey mamo enwonam Tosi and say he's Dr. Jalilu asema kan menene nya adwene kra menene nya adwene the MPP then had compelling evidence I bet me am onipa na box say no what is the compelling evidence a petition so the eba Emmanuel Champion say I'm surprised at your obsession and patrol this is not me this is Dr. Jalilu position and I'm post here no Tricia I say reading through the comment it saddens how Ghanaians people can't comment without insult and sarcasm. Obi are making an opinion from a political science perspective. Mu didn't attempt. Abraham mass substantive comment biya. And amafu etu obi frank. Say where is the evidence? Ansana easy. Wako adaka ni. So no dia sama obe kache dok no. Odamtin Freeman say we Ghanaians can't defend our party with that. That can't even defend itself with evidence. So also order NDC give evidence in court. And no better say wono order NDC. Bismarck J Menu say doc. waka opinion yes ye no nya adwen e osuye honum enti eno de no ano no Prince Jacob Sena Junior no so you got it all wrong doc Dr. Baumia the evidence by you oprove eno ti na ma afrajan to me call adaka nimti we de untumi nye Isaac Esiedu ado udidi attempt so we will not read your comment J William say I don't think doctor knows the law nko na political science nko kache no e wo studio honum Frederick Elton Kwe also you should better know stop posting and will be kind. Stop insulting. Just make your comment and go. David Owusu Mensa, our point is similar to video. Say, Omo Pruvi Intina Afrajan, call Adaken Ransford Asamoah say, yes, but back then the new Patriotic Party presented the pink sheet and share clear evidence. Was it Busa NDC for so Omo pink sheet? And San Oma be make he said Chinchina will be called Adakanu Emu. Abranta because he should go into. I'll say, Doc, go and push her into the box. Ubon said, Lord, be anyone my bema to me say you push her into the box. Into the yama law no enye adwuma rather than using common sense to push people into the box. It said against their lawyer for no air canon. And senior Jefferson also stop throwing dust into the eyes of the gullible readers. Afrajan entered the box because there was overwhelming and compelling evidence. Evidence be anyone into Afrajan say onko. Kofi Kumambo or say I don't understand you the media people cry. You can't see there are two different petitioners and Pacho, Martin Pokua chair assembly. You to stop saying that there's no foundation in the law. What you said there's the natural law theory and a positivist law theory. This is not grounded in law. Public, it is grounded in law. What you say jurisprudence. Unsuya jurisprudence. Don't come on social media and come and make those arguments. Jurisprudence grounded in law. Go and take a first year class in law and come and make the argument. Oh yeah, don't come and say you know baby no obi betan ebe kakra de nkofo ba they will not even come and comment because ube didn't attempt. He is making an argument grounded in law. Say a jurisprudence what's a strict application of the law which is the positivist theory. Inti nyabuche now mo send a message. Yes, I dey ye de nkofo ba to we struggle. Ube nyo obi onimade pa remember me ba studio anko for no mu didi atem enti member ebedu baby no anyansafo bebre will decide not to help our man ye nyina so na yetu attacks everybody must be free to talk undi na atem ono so ndi watem that is what democracy is about ebusafo edebesi anum say ni adam asese mu nyina no mutie ma na doc na wo okay aseda kese nkoma so hwema ye mu amudi atem de hwema democracy no sa na tie abotre igbeni beka ze gbojidi abutre blew abutre enya atini just share your opinion and go aseda nkoma special ice mineral water cover the brain mu die yesemo from 7,900 no yambese yebesa across yako 8,000 game no special ice mineral water ensu ebeboa wo jonso sa shawo mask enkata ohune enkata wano enya aso me hune ejama no ana aso ma no ejama hune se de nkofo bebre so mask ebeya double mask cap now dinam na chese we protect ho sanso na obeyi a yesi so share ye pa nti be de eno ane this way chocolate drink do hia ni so share te ba kugu mu a wo kanu mu adi wanya aduane bi kro ani a at least that day no wo bo ayase e na odinam a odi ye oduma no madam e na no pay ye de critical issues e wo UTV so e de ebre mama Reese ni mo Chef John ye da wase mo send comment mo be send aduane abelo yes na meba no ma ba be push him so that you deliver the food to all of them madam so mo so amocho na from University of Ghana Legon any other faculties ni na da wase say de bia mo maye na mo che Phantasmagoria Felix I'll say Lawyer Martin Pobu has I'll say you have a small boy who watches you and appreciates you and learns from you every time. Or see they be Oshawa, Osienfru, until you should be encouraged. Ranty Bebre are following you, but home, but show Felix and this time message at the buy. I said I can say and come and pennyphone and the umber boy and me a discussion we say at the Ebre Masada and come on lawyer Akwesi a boating boama ebe boy Obaya radio this week was some by Agina was this week like wife say why pache so alone you kunama the whole week say no enye adwuma so na lawyer Martin Pebu so no dey no human right lawyer ye cases go to me the man say lawyer we dey case we dey just do hu nipa ni he then he will take it up we follow case to the logical conclusion yes oni omu nuanu ma legal aid adwuma omu ye no ojiso nyankopon kwa na ebeti omu ka this is why anka ye hia Ghana sika to help legal aid I think Attorney General Godfrey Dame ba o kan legal aid asem but Godfrey Dame say wa say I like you enye ano ye action ni ehu say wa boa legal aid change the office, give them new office, the stationary yini ade more lawyers yenti omoka at least Godfrey Dame ube fia konwa so as AG. Do this. No be can rough, collect your name. Do this and collect your name. Why? Eshewa legal aid. Lawyer Martin Pebu na sacrificing on any nuanom so sumuni ade helping people without charge. And that's what the nipa boni wa bo nipa no credit in case a man without charge no. One san report to General Legal Council. Till lawyer been a be pro bono cases. Lawyer, we just to thank you and appreciate you for Juma over the years. Why ya some Ghana for Dr. Abdul Jalilu Atekuso, University of Ghana Political Science Department. So oya research pa in political analysis research, social policy research ni adento doc. Ya da se no nuanu ma more faculty am boy in this discussion. So for ya fam vim lady Afia Pokua. Sit down so come production team ni bo ama Edi director of photography Prince any team ni na cameraman o mu gina hanum so mo na o frɛ no pa go mo sa ba be Nana Mama Brown adwuma anadwe Nana Mama Brown patcho na o ba o guest no o mu nyina hye mask enye sa se Facebook fo betwa abome no me makɔ hye o mo bo se o be hye mask no host there you can see any BBC o mo hye mask nti ye wo chlorine diffuser e wo studio nti host ni dem se o hye ne mo maka ne e hye wa mo hye mask cause pressure on the amame with Facebook or nyasam ketwa enti na obi am protected no because say obi show COVID-19 I was for the base yakopon adom no next week or the chain be san ba beto so critical issues be yaba mu nyina mu ene hwe